But
That's okay. I don't mind women thrusting their chests at me. They recently have released had a Kickstarter. We're up. We're on. What do you call it? The thing, Twitch. Um,
I'm like, don't ask me. I don't know.
Here, hold
awkward
on.
timing.
Let me see if
I'm
no.
not
It
hip.
was before any of
Hi,
that
Twitch.
happened. Test, test, test. It's awful quiet. No, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, we're good. We're good to go. It used to be called Call of Cthulhu. They changed it to Cats of Cthulhu, which is a
Call of
you
Cthulhu.
play cats in the game, and they are fighting against the minions of darkness, and there's special dice with little cat faces on them and everything. So I backed it.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, it. This is the
I want to
second
run
edition
that
of
game.
it. Well, then you're gonna have to get some money or a birthday present or
Working on
something.
it.
So,
That's already passed.
oh no. All right, so we'll still continue. We might have a little bit shorter game tonight. We might not. It depends on what y'all do, and just depends on how it goes, and we'll see. Sometimes people don't show up, and the games are better than ever. But Sean might eventually come in if he gets his internet provider going. Last we left our intrepid investigators, our I haven't thought of a D word for dreamers, but you had stolen the book of Ultharian
Dauntless. Dauntless dreamers.
Dauntless Dreamers. That's not bad. You'd stolen the book of Ultharian poetry from the zoogs. Fernando, hiding in a
Yep.
bush, reached out, grabbed it, and ran like hell, and everyone followed. Running through the woods, you got caught by the zoogs once, you fought him off, you ran again. Excuse me. You reached the edge of the woods with. Oh, okay. So, who had the book? Did Fernando, you had the book the whole time? You haven't let
I
go of
have
it,
the
right?
book. Yeah,
Okay.
I took it and I ran.
So,
So
Lauren and Hazard were in the lead last time we played. You had just burst out of the edge of the woods. Fernando and Isabella, or Miss Eldridge is a more polite way of putting it. So Jimenez and Miss Eldridge had fallen behind.
Mhm.
It's dark. It's night. It's overcast. If I remember correctly, it was relatively overcast. There is a moon in the sky, but it isn't shining a lot of light. And Lauren and Hazard run. Lauren Hutton and William Hazard run ahead. They have not noticed that the two of you have fallen behind. You hear noises coming out of the woods behind you, and you realize that they're just running away. Now, for the sake of the fact they're not here tonight, we're just gonna let them run away. So no, like help us, no, blah, 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 whatever. That just let's not. That's not gonna happen. They are just booking it, and you guys have slowed at the edge of the woods, and you hear the bushes rustle behind you. What do you want to do? Fernando and Isabella, you're both at the top of the round in combat. So you have a choice here now to make about what you want to do after you've burst out of the woods, and the other two are rushing away as fast as they can.
so
And you could do two different things. Don't forget, you can keep running, you can stop. Go ahead,
right.
Fernando.
I want to by the edge of the woods. Like there's that river there in front of us, or that stream.
No, the
Okay.
river is hours away.
Okay.
The river's closer to the marsh that you passed through that was also wooded.
Okay. Well, so like it's like open field then where we're heading
It's pretty
through.
open. There's occasional trees out here, bushes, in certain spots, or high grass in little spots. But for the most part, it's pretty open.
All right. So yeah, I'm gonna want to
For
try
Miss
to
Hazard.
hide and like I'll just turn to Miss Eldridge and
Mm-hmm.
say, follow me. And I'm trying to like just hoof it to a nice spot. Maybe if we have to hunker down in, we can hunker down in for a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
Wait,
Make me
so the Zoogs are chasing us still, right?
They are still chased. You can hear them in the woods. They haven't exited the woods quite yet, but they are very close behind. So Fernando's
So
running.
they can't see us, we
You
think?
don't know. You can't see them
Yeah.
because the woods are
Oh,
even darker than the plains. You don't know if they can see you yet or not. And so even if you make a stealth check, if they are just watching you, it doesn't matter. But is that what you want to do? Try
we
to
know
find
if
some
they can
place
climb trees?
you do not know. Make a dream lore check.
All right. My laptop is being really shitty. I'm sorry. It's
You
very
look
slow,
fine.
and I don't have my character sheet up right now,
Okay,
but I rolled.
go ahead. What'd you roll? Well,
I rolled a 38.
A 38 is probably a
That's way
fail.
higher than my dreaming.
Yeah, so you're
Sure.
not sure if zooks can climb trees. You think about it for just a moment, and then you're like, I need to follow Fernando. He just said, follow me. Um, what do you
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
do?
I do.
Okay, so Fernando, you can make me a
I
stealth
follow
check.
him for sure.
You're going to find a bush or high grass or something to hide in, right? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah, I
Okay.
rolled an 04, which is an
That's
extreme success.
okay. So Fernando just disappears into this bush, this big bushy bush. Isabella, make me a roll.
Yeah, I follow him.
Yeah, make me a stealth check.
Oh,
We are
okay.
gonna
I don't know what my
we'll
score is.
wing your scores for now. Let me grab
Can
your
you get it?
character sheet. Yeah, I can grab the old
Just in
one,
case.
but mine might not be quite as
I
up to
think that's
date. How'd you
yeah, I
do?
don't remember what my
At
stealth
worst,
is. I'm working on it, but it's
Okay,
being
okay.
very slow.
No, that's okay.
um,
What's your
I
roll?
think
What did
I
you roll?
got an 11.
Well, if one
It's a
11
is
10
is a
on one and a
success.
1.
yeah, so that's an 11. Yes.
So,
Yeah,
it's
that's
got
a
to be
success.
11.
Like the base is 20% for stealth.
Character
So
That's probably a
sheets
success.
before going to
no,
Dreamlands.
I'm saying it is.
It's yeah, it may
Well,
be like an
base is
extreme, I don't know.
base is 15,
No,
right?
base is
Isabella.
20. Base is
Oh,
20.
base is
So it's
20.
not,
That's a regular success. It
yeah,
looks like
it's
for
not a hard stealth.
stealth. Oh my God! Come on,
I
Adobe.
don't know if
There
I
we
put
go.
anything into stealth.
Stealth.
So,
You did not put anything into stealth, according to this. So that'd be 20. So that's a regular success. So you jump into the bushes beside him. You got a piece of paper? Can you just jot down stealth and put a check by
in
it just in case?
in real life or in game?
Yeah, no, in
Yeah,
real
in
life.
real life.
Do you have a piece of paper and a pencil or a pen or
In
something?
real life, yeah, I've got one right
Yeah,
here.
just write
What
stealth
am
and
I writing down?
just write stealth. Put a check by it. That way, if once your character sheet's up, you
Ah,
can do it on the character sheet. But for now, we still have that record of it, so we'll remember. So we're not going to cheat you out of
yeah.
potentially getting
Mhm.
your skills up. Yeah, you
Yeah,
guys jump in.
sure.
As you're peeking back towards the forest, you see only two zoogs come out, huffing and a puffing. They look around. They spot Lauren Hutton and Hazard, and they give chase. Zoom! They run right past you and disappear into the night after a few moments.
Nice.
You saw two of them. You know there were at least
Okay,
half a
we
dozen.
wait. We wait for a while,
Okay,
Yeah, say
yeah,
I'm
yeah, you're
definitely
waiting.
at least
waiting.
10.
There were at least six. There were at least half a dozen, maybe more. Nobody really took a head count. You're just kind of guesstimating it's between like 6 and 10 is what you think.
Right. Yeah.
It was they moved around a lot, even in the camp when you
Yeah.
went up and. So how long do you want to wait?
I want to at least
Uh,
wait 15 minutes or so.
Okay.
Like I want to wait a good while.
Okay, so
I
you
don't
guys are
know.
just hunkered down. You're waiting. You're quiet. You can hear the night noises of the Dreamlands.
ideally until the rest of them pass by us, but if they don't, then
Well,
yeah.
it's about 10 minutes later. Huffing and puffing, more zoogs come out of the forest. Um, let me check something. Okay.
Yeah, I
Um,
um
yeah, they look tired. Uh, and uh, uh, but they sniff around the ground. They're talking to each other in that chirping language. You see the great Wizzo. Remember, there are a lot of them wearing little robes or have feathers stuck in their
yeah.
fur, or they're carrying little painted sticks, that kind of stuff. They say something to the one you think is the great Wizzo. He still has managed to keep his chef's hat, but it's all crumpled on one side. And they're chirping back and forth. You don't understand their language, but they're talking, and they talk for several seconds. I mean, they're not even there for like a minute before they're creeping along the ground. They're looking around. Um, um, and finally, one of them like says something to the others and points, and then they all head off after the first group of Zoogs and Hutton and Hazard. Um, and after just a few moments, you lose sight of them. They disappear in the darkness in that same direction.
Well, hopefully we can find them later. Um, let's see if we
Not the
can't.
Zoogs. But yeah,
yeah,
well,
let's see if we can't make it across the stream
Remember, the stream's
and go
hours
from
away.
there. We've been up
yeah.
like
It's just after dark. It's
What?
not long after dark. You guys have not.
okay.
You've been
I'm
walking
trying to
in
think of how
all.
long we've been up for though. Like we've been up all day, right?
Yes, since
Traveling and
this morning you
everything.
traveled. Each of you can
So
make an intelligence check if you would
So
like.
are we tired?
You're a bit tired, yes, but you could still push on if you want to.
yeah, say I don't think I want to stay here though. So yeah, intelligent.
Intelligence
69.
69.
Uh,
That is a fail
Got
for Isabella.
I got a 64, which is a regular
yeah, I
success.
thought
Regular
so.
success. Okay. One thing that does occur to you, Jimenez, is that if all the zoogs and you did count. Let's see. You counted 6 additional zoogs who came out of the woods.
Okay.
Looked around for like a minute and finally headed off in the same direction as the others. You think that's all of them. If
I mean,
they did have an encampment,
most
which is
of them.
now they did have an encampment, which is now empty, as far as you know.
Yeah, but
I'm just
yeah.
telling you
Again, I
information
don't want
that
to
you
go back
have.
to
You
their
could do.
camp. That seems like a bad idea to me.
That's fine. I'm just telling you information
Yeah.
that you have. Now, Isabella,
Yep.
you were too. You didn't really count the
Uh,
zoogs, and you don't. And I'm not. Don't use the information about the encampment. Okay, because that was what
okay.
the intelligence check was
But I
for.
know, but I do know about it
Yeah, you
because
know
we were
about it.
there.
Right.
So,
But your character didn't
okay.
think about it
So,
at this point in time.
Right. Since you failed your intelligence test. You know what I mean?
well, but
Hmm.
she could have, couldn't she?
No, she failed the intelligence check. I was
Just,
doing an intelligence check to see if you remembered. If you didn't remember as a player until I said something, Isabella doesn't remember even now. Does that make
I
sense?
mean, yeah, I guess.
So
I
right
don't
now,
know. It's not
Isabella.
like I got it,
Right
but
now, Isabella doesn't think
I
about it.
didn't
Isabella.
remember. Okay.
Okay, just for now.
Uh, well, Fernando, shall we? They're gone, I imagine. Was that all of them, do you think?
It was at least most of them, but I don't think we should stay here. Let's try to move further on
Right.
and see if we can't make it to the stream or find some other place to hunker down really quick.
Yes, and you said we're tired, yes?
You're tired, but you
We're
could push
tired,
on
but
if
we
you
can.
want.
Or not?
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
push on if you want. It's
Yes, we
just
should probably find somewhere to make camp. Um, somewhere safe if we can.
Yes, I don't want to be so much out in the open.
I'm sorry, say that again,
Yeah,
Aaron. I was doing background noises.
right. I do not wish to be somewhere so out in the open yet. So
Right, yes, I agree.
so
Which
I
direction do
wanna
you think we should
continue
go?
westward, right?
Westward's backwards, back the way that everybody has just run. Eastward is their
Okay, then
camp, and
I wanna
westward's
head
also the way.
like towards the stream,
Yeah, that's
essentially.
west.
That's
That's
the way.
west. Yep.
Okay.
Hmm.
So
And that's the way the Zoogs went and
Yes, that's the way
the rest
everybody
of our
went. You
party?
want to go the way everybody else went, right, Aaron?
well, I guess I thought Hazard and
Because we do want to
Hutton went
find
like
them,
along
right?
the edge of the forest or
No,
whatever and went
they
alongside of
they
it.
busted due west, the direction that you guys were trying to head. So they went the same
Okay.
direction that you guys were already going. Probably thinking that you two are still right behind them. Um, yeah. If you oh no, we lost Josie. Don't. It was going so well.
Right. I do got to take my dinner out of the oven though. The
Okay, go
timer
get your
went off.
dinner, and we
So
will.
we'll pause for the moment.
Yes. So here we are with our stream, but Nobody's watching, so it's fine. But at least two have managed to escape the zoogs. Oh, oh, okay. Her computer crashed. That is okay. She's having difficult technical issues. Not her fault. These things happen. I wish the internet was just easy. Like it used to be when I was a kid. You just pick up the phone, make a phone call. Although long distance cost a lot of money. Uh, and usually didn't have any problems. But with the internet, there's almost always some problem or another that comes with this kind of connecting and this kind of thing, unfortunately. She thinks she might have a virus. Oh, that sucks. Hmm. I can take some time to drink some orange pop and eat crackers. Mm-hmm. They have escaped the zoogs for now, and hopefully for the rest of the day. Welcome back.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's not your fault. These things happen. Computers. Computers, am I right? They're the worst. Yay! I see your face.
Nice.
And I hear you.
Okay.
Those are the two
Sorry
things.
about that.
That's okay. Aaron took advantage of it to go get his dinner out of the oven. Are you back yet, Aaron? He's not.
Crickets.
That's okay. I've been talking about when I was a kid and telephones, and you had to pay for long distance extra because I'm old.
Nice. I have used a rotary phone one time,
Haha.
once or twice.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm old enough for that
We
to
have
exist
we
and
have one. Have you ever used a phone
function.
booth? Have you ever used a phone booth?
Have I?
Hmm. We have a rotary phone in our house.
Probably.
Do you,
Maybe.
do you know rotary phones don't work anymore? You can't dial
Yeah, I'm
out
not
with them
surprised.
because they went all digital.
Yeah, yeah.
Canada, you can, but not in the United States because
Really.
we throw away our old things. That's our way because we're idiots. You have to
Put them
buy.
in museums.
No, well, no, they should be out. I like rotary
There's
phones.
got to be a museum with one somewhere.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure there
probably.
is.
But
Technology museum.
we've also got I could buy I bought two devices that I could hook to the phones in between the phone and the wall that turns the rotary dial into the digital tones. So they still work
Hmm,
and you can still dial with them, but that does make a beep when you dial and
why?
then it goes beep and you dial. What do you mean why? Because they're rotary phones. One of them is a candlestick phone.
Because they're cool.
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
A candlestick. It's got a base with your dial, a little pole that comes
Look at
up.
you, what motion you're doing right now. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, whatever.
Continue.
And then it's got up here is the what you're talking to, and then it's got a handle on the side that holds the hand unit that you put to your ear, and you talk to it like this.
Oh, so real old school,
No, probably
not
not
just
more than 30 or
wired.
35 years old because I got it as a gift, and they were selling them. They
Wow.
sold them back in the day, which
Yeah, they were reproductions.
yeah, it's a
Sorry.
reproduction. It still looks really nice because it's like
Yeah.
black and it's got
That's
gold
cool.
trim. Oh, I love it, and it works. That's what I love about it. I had one as a kid. My I think it was either my grandparents or my parents got my brother and I these toy phones, and one was the candlestick because I thought they were cool, and then Patrick had like a princess phone with a it's one that you pick up like this, but then it's got a curve thing to talk into, and
Oh,
you know what I'm talking
okay.
about.
Is
Yeah,
it
I know what
pink?
you're talking about.
It wasn't pink, it was white, and mine was black. They were both very
I
cool.
think pink when I think princess.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you said Princess Phone, that's what I
That's
first pictured too, but I know what you're talking about though now, Andy. So
Hooray. So, what do you want to do?
oh
I I want to go. I guess I kind of want to. I
Oh,
want to move away from the zoogs. I want to get away from the zoogs, but I also want to head towards the stream. So
okay.
can
If you
can
followed
we?
where they went, you can just follow them. If you want to try to get
Right,
there
but
another way, we're going to need a navigation check.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah, and I'm
yeah,
like, I
because we
don't
don't
know
want to follow
anything.
them directly necessarily.
Right. But if you don't do it, Isabella, your navigation is 10. Only
That's
one of you
better
has to
than
make the
Nine.
check. You could both
Wait, what?
try.
okay. I'm like, yeah, I'll say I
Yeah,
don't know where
every
I'm going.
I'm taking it. Fernando also has a 10 in navigation.
No, Fernando has
so
less than a 10.
He has less?
Oh, no, 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 man. Yeah, he has a 10 as well.
It's base 10. Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. So,
okay. So just to let you know, my internet is being so shitty that everything you're saying is a little broken up for me.
Oh, shoot. I'm
At
sorry.
least you, Andy.
Of
So
course.
just to let you know that I can't necessarily hear everything.
Okay. If you
I
need me to
might like
repeat,
be like,
if you need me to repeat anything, yeah,
you
just
said
let
a
me know.
10, I have a 10.
Yeah, you have 10% in navigation. So if y'all want to try to make
Okay,
your
you
way
want me to roll
back,
that?
uh, if if you want to try to make your way back in a different way,
Why
then
not?
you'll have to tend to use navigation.
yeah. All right. So,
You could both make the roll.
I am going to
Fail.
suggest we follow the way that we're going, but try to stay hidden. So, can I just try to find a way, like, to another tree or bush or whatever and hide behind that for a second? And I don't know.
Yeah. So you guys are
Yeah.
doing the look around, find a place to hide, run to it, stop and look
Yeah.
around, keep an eye out for the zoogs, and moving from like cover to cover as best you can
Yeah.
while still trying
Yeah.
to maintain the correct direction.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if I need to make a navigate check, then for that, I'll roll. So,
Um, um, okay. It'll take you a lot longer to get back that way, obviously, because you're being very
right.
careful. But yeah, each of you make a navigation check. Your first checks that you might have made if you
I
failed.
did.
No, make another one. Your
It was a
first,
76.
right, you can make another one. Because the first one was like, what's another way to get back? And you were like, I don't really know.
Oh, I got a 20,
A 20. There are
but
only
that is
two coins in
10 more.
play, so that's not going to help at this
Too bad
juncture.
we
No.
can't use luck.
That's okay. No, I hate that rule.
I
Fernando,
like
besides,
that rule.
players
I love it, actually.
waste their luck. The last time we played, there were only 3 or 4
Oh,
coins out, and somebody used them right at the beginning on something that wasn't that important, and then they were
yeah. I
gone.
suggested doing that. Yeah.
So it's just like, no, no.
It makes it harder
I
for
thought
us,
we were
but
close enough, and it might have mattered. It
Yeah.
was my fault for that one.
No, what whoever it was wanted, it didn't matter. It really wasn't going to make any major difference. And I was like,
I
Right.
feel
why
like
are
it
you
No,
was
I
doing
know.
probably
this?
Fernando with the tequila. Like, not, well, he did it
Tequila.
more than once, didn't he? That thing with the
No, it was real
making
close to the
tequila,
beginning.
trying to make,
It was like
yeah, but,
it was something
or it was
totally
something like
unimportant.
that.
It was completely unimportant, and it didn't matter. And
It was something like that.
yeah. Anyway, did you make your roll, Fernando?
No, I rolled
Okay,
high, like
so
70s.
you guys are creeping, making your way as best you can back in that direction. You do not reach the stream until morning. Um, just as you're starting to hear like water moving ahead of you, like a babbling brook, um, you see the sun is coming up. You've seen no sign of the Zoogs. You've seen no sign of Lauren Hutton or William Hazard. Partially because you don't recognize this portion of the river. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You did not have the zoog track to follow back. You weren't following the zoog track to get here, but you are on the stream. You think it's the same stream. It's about the same width. It's moving the same way. Trees are around it. You're very tired, but you can press on. I mean, you're not gonna have any detriment to anything at this juncture. You could probably push on for a whole other day, and then sleep before, or maybe even another night before you start taking penalty dice on every roll. You know what I mean?
I
Really?
Well,
no, I
somebody could
think I
push
want to bed
hard and
down.
go 2 days if they had to.
So it's sunrise?
Yeah, it's sunrise by the time you get to the river.
I
So
did not realize it's been that long.
it probably took you about 8 to 10 hours to get here, the way that you were going. It took less than maybe half that when you first came back this way, and you're not at the same place on the stream that you were.
But the stream is going east to west, right?
It goes kind of no more north to south,
Oh, oh,
and it's coming from the north and going to the south. So it's coming from your right,
thought,
and it's going, and downstream is to your left.
so we weren't very near the stream when we met up with the zoogs
No,
then.
no, you traveled most of the
Okay,
day. You
okay,
hit the stream
gotcha.
yesterday morning. You traveled till
Just by the time.
mid-afternoon, and then you spotted the fire, the smoke, and then it took you a couple more hours into the forest before you actually found the encampment. But you were moving slowly through the forest at that point because you didn't want to, like, make a lot of noise. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
And then you
I
ran
think so.
out, and now coming back, you got a little lost. But you think this is the same stream. The sun is rising on your behind you. You can make an easy assumption that you're still heading west from that. Um, so there, that's where you are, and you don't see any crocodiles in the water or logs or
And no,
floating logs.
and no tracks
Um,
around.
You could try a track check if you would like. Track,
There's a base of 20,
is it?
I believe.
I did get
I don't
my
think
character
so.
sheet up, actually,
Oh,
Oh,
nope,
finally.
I'm
nice.
So,
sorry.
Track is a
It's
base
a
of
base of
10,
yeah,
but you
it's a
can make
base
the
of 10.
attempt. You can look around and see if you can see anything. Like I said, you're not
yeah, I
taking
have it.
penalty dice on anything
Nope,
yet.
63.
You don't see any. You don't see any tracks
Okay,
or logs. You also do remember
good.
that Lauren. No, you're not sure. I don't remember if he actually told anybody he did it. The spot that you crossed before, there was this water just kind of like splashing up out of nowhere. Lauren had done that with his dreaming ability.
Yeah, I don't think he told us
I don't
about
think he
that. I don't
told
remember
anybody,
reading.
but you noticed it when you came
Right.
back to the Zoog trail. You noticed this weird splashing in the water, and it was like, what the hell is that? And nobody said anything really about it. Just like, oh, okay. You don't see anything like that around you right now. So you know you're not in the same spot that you crossed before.
I suggest like bedding down or finding a place to like maybe hide and sleep
Yeah, if
through
you
the
want.
day or whatever.
Okay. If that.
Because I do not want to cross into that marsh being tired. Like that marsh drained me last time. So
Oh, yes, you
Oh,
did. Some of
yeah.
you were injured passing down that game trail.
Right.
yeah. So
Agreed.
yeah, I
Okay.
make
Yeah.
that suggestion.
Each of you can make.
So
What
um
What do you want to do? Tell me.
would
Describe
that
me.
be like a survival check or something to find a place to like hunker down or something
Uh,
for the
um,
day?
Or like
Survival, or
perception.
in this case, I'll give you a luck.
Spot hidden.
I'll give you a luck or survival, whichever you prefer.
Okay, I'll
And you've got
totally
your
take
character
the
sheet now,
luck.
so I don't have to. Did you check stealth, or does it already
Oh,
have a check by it?
thank you. I will.
Okay.
Uh, let's.
Oh, good. I rolled a regular success for luck.
For luck, yeah, you find a place that is somewhat concealed. There's a lot of bushes. There's no poison ivy or anything like that. It's out of the water. It's right next to the water, but
Yeah,
it is
I'm
a
okay
place you
with
could.
being near the water, but like I still want to be hidden away in
Yeah,
case we need to be hidden.
you can
So
conceal yourself there fairly easily.
Yeah, so we don't really have anything with us except we have a bedroll, right? Or we don't? Okay.
I'm
You guys
okay
used your
with
We
sleeping on
dreaming.
the
made
ground.
them.
Yes. And Hazard made the tent,
Okay,
which
I
got left
guess
behind in the woods somewhere.
we try that again.
Yeah, you can. What do you want to make?
Okay.
Describe to me what you want to make. I'll tell you how many magic points it's going to cost. A pavilion, many
Well,
cots.
I'm probably gonna fail, so I probably don't want to spend too much on this.
You
Nah.
could do
I
what you
like the
did.
idea that I think I did last time, which was just kind of a bed of soft moss.
Yeah, that's just a magic point. You're just changing the consistency of the ground in a spot to make it more comfortable.
Oh no, 86.
Okay, you concentrate,
Wow.
nothing happens. That's a magic point. You can keep going for as long as you have magic points. And each use of the dreaming
So,
takes like 4 or 5 seconds.
and they were refreshed last time, or
Oh
because
yeah.
I have current as 6.
Everything would be
Yeah.
refreshed.
So,
It's been hours and hours and hours since you
okay.
guys have tried to do anything.
So well, now it's 6 again.
Oh, because you used 1 point. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's up to you.
So
You
I
can
could
keep
roll
trying.
6 more times,
If you
I
want, you could
guess.
roll 7. It was 7 to start, right?
Yeah.
You could roll
Well,
7 times
6
total.
more now.
Yeah, 6 more. You're right. If you want, go for it.
All right.
Did you make
Oh
it?
my God, that is a 6.
All right, that's a
That's gotta be a
success.
success.
Put a check by your dreaming if there's not already
Hell
one.
yeah, it already
You already
has
have one.
one, but
So you just make a nice soft spot.
yeah.
As soft as how soft do you want it? Like a bed? Like oh.
Soft enough, as soft as possible without requiring another magic point.
Yeah, yeah.
Although I guess it doesn't matter because I'm
It's
going to
just
sleep,
a
so
nice soft bed. Yeah, all
probably
you're
just
doing is
refresh anyway.
making this a comfortable spot. That doesn't cost much.
Yeah,
Fernando,
very soft.
what about you?
Fernando's fine with just sleeping on the ground.
Okay. And so you all both nod off as the sun rises, and uh,
He
uh,
slept in worse places before.
and it's a lovely day. You
I
awaken.
find a big leaf to cover my
There
face
you go. Each of you make me a
if I
con
can.
check. If either of you succeed, you can decide when you wake up. You know what I mean?
Okay.
As a player, you can decide.
I rolled a hard success on that
Oh
one.
God.
So
Okay. How did Isabella do?
my one,
Big fail.
Okay. So Fernando, well, Aaron actually can decide when you guys wake up. It was
yeah.
dawn when you got to the stream. You probably looked around for a very short time. Dawn was probably around 6 a.m.
Okay. So we'll say around noon or something like that. I want to get a good rest before we head in
Okay.
to the.
You'll
But
probably
I
need
also want to.
you'll need 8 hours for a good rest.
Okay. Well, I guess I still want there to be plenty of daylight
Okay.
too.
So you wake up
So
around noon. All your magic points will be refreshed by now. You don't get any hit points back if you're missing any from
yeah.
just 6 hours. But you are refreshed. This river, stream, creek, whatever you want to call it, like it's 15 feet wide, 2 or 3 feet deep, gurgles by. The water's cold and fresh, clear and invigorating. Very, very, very sweet. Um,
Ow.
you can even see the fish. I mean, the water's clear. You can see fish moving around in it.
I want to try
Hmm.
to use my dreaming and make up some breakfast.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. What do you
I
want to
was gonna
make?
say we could catch a
Just,
fish,
just try.
maybe.
How
You
many
just
times can I try? Like we're probably starving at this point in time.
do you just want like a meal for each of you?
Yeah.
Yeah, magic point. One magic point's fine for enough to fill you both up, and maybe have some
All
little
right.
extras to snack on the way.
All right.
What's
There's
the
two
matter,
magic
Christy?
points gone. 3 magic points gone.
Do you do this before you wake up Isabella? You still there, Fernando?
Oh,
You heard
yeah.
you.
Before I wake up Isabella.
Yes.
Um.
She failed her con check. You
Yeah.
wake up when you want to. Isabella is sleeping, and she's on that
Ow.
moss. She looks so
Yeah.
restful. She's just got a leaf over her face. And
So yeah, what did I say? There was 4 magic points. My fourth one, I rolled a 99. Does that matter?
No, no. Not in this case. If you were trying to make
Okay.
something crazy, then I might
Like
have
also I
something
would like
awful
smell
appear.
some like burnt air or something like that.
No. Kick it in the river. Yeah, okay. You got something nasty. What were you trying to go for?
I'm just trying to think up of a simple breakfast or whatever.
Which
So
is what?
I
Whatever you want.
maybe eggs and some bread or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
You get burnt
There's
toast that's so burnt you can't. You try to you nibble
yeah,
on the
it just
edge and
crumbles
it's
and
inedible. Into the river it goes. The eggs are like rock
runny.
hard. No, they're
Oh,
solid. Ah, they don't even break. It's like
no, yeah, it's
Ew.
the
ah.
actual whole
You could
egg.
chuck everything in the river, it floats away.
Am I awake yet?
I don't know.
Damn
Did you
it!
want to wake her up, Fernando?
I'm trying to make breakfast right now for the
Okay.
moment.
I'll
Um,
wake you up when you'll know you've awoken when you smell your breakfast. Ah.
I
Ah.
rolled a 19. That's 4 points away. Not
Oh
enough
no.
points in play for
No, we only have
that.
two in play right
A
now.
5, 6 is a fail. 7, 21 is a fail. 8 is a fail. 9 is a
Okay.
14 is a success.
Did you finally succeed?
So
Where does that put you? How
yeah,
many magic points do you have left?
I said it was 9, so that puts me at 4 magic points.
All right. Yeah. There's eggs. There's toasted bread. You can have it appear on a plate if you want. A couple plates.
Yeah, sure.
Wow.
Yeah, they are.
Fancy.
Bling. And
And
there's
then I'll
plenty
wake
of
her
river
up.
water. And then he wakes you up. Isabella, you wake up to the smell of uh, what kind of eggs?
Like scrambled eggs.
Yeah, eggs
Like
and toast. You smell it. You can smell it as
like
soon as you
it,
wake up.
yeah,
You're
it
like,
could
oh
be
my
over
god.
the toast or something.
Mm.
Um,
And we didn't eat the day before, like at all, except for in the morning, right?
we had
Right.
yeah, we had something in the morning.
Yes. And that
It's
was
probably not
Okay,
enough,
this
but I
is
wanted to.
totally unrealistic for me, but
well, yeah. You're very hungry when you awaken. You've
yeah,
been hungry all
I'm
night.
starving.
Yeah. So yeah, Fernando like touches your shoulder or however you want to wake her up, Aaron. And
Yeah,
the first
probably
thing
like her foot or something.
you
Like
what?
I don't want to disturb
You
her too
touch
much.
her foot? Okay.
Like like you just
Like
grab
nudging it.
someone's
Kick
like
it.
toes or something and give them a little shake, like you're trying to wake them up.
Okay, yeah. You wake up to that, and then you smell
Uh,
food, and you just like, oh. Um, and there's
He's
plenty.
not
There's,
sure how Isabella would react if he grabbed her by the shoulder or something. He might get slapped in the face or something. He doesn't want that from her. So
but he's so handsome.
I know, but
I don't know either.
Yeah,
He's
we
pretty
never will. We'll
chill,
never
I
know
guess.
now. Anyway,
nope.
so yeah, you wake up to the smell of scrambled eggs and toast, and there's plenty of food on each plate.
Oh, oh, Fernando, amazing. You made this with your dreaming skill?
Yes, it was
Ah,
very easy.
Ah,
No, I shouldn't be saying that. He's not my French guy.
no, I captured the birds. I made them lay the eggs, and there's running bread in the woods.
force them. Ah,
Yes, I made them dreaming, or with my that dreaming skill, or however they say it.
oh, wow, that's amazing. Oh, thank you so much. This is delicious. I'm just scarfing it down.
Yep. Um,
Super hungry. Gonna
did you want
eat
to
it
make?
all.
Did you want to make a fork and a knife too, or anything like that, Fernando?
No, I was thinking of something we could eat with our hands.
Okay, yeah, I
Like
can. Yeah, it's good. It's spiced.
Like a breakfast burrito.
You could
well,
just put it on the bread and go to town. Yeah,
Sure,
so you have a nice bread.
that works.
Well, it's the sun is high in the sky. You're not sure exactly how long. Neither one of you is exactly sure how long you've slept. You don't think you've slept a day and a night. So
right.
you can make a guess at what time it is. And
Oh, yeah,
um,
what time is it?
sun is almost straight up.
Oh, noon. Okay, right. Got it.
And you're on the side of the stream. You eat your hearty breakfast. It's a lot of food actually. And
Yeah, we might need a siesta.
you probably each have a little piece of toasted bread left over when you're done. Uh, but it was all, yeah, it was quite good. It was quite tasty. Um, what do you want to do?
Let us cross the stream and see if we can't find the entrance or see our way back to that crossing through the marsh. Like we came right
So,
out of that marsh to the stream, or was there an area that we had to cross through before that?
well,
Well,
before we
Harriet.
even get to our plan, why don't um we haven't really established the overarching plan. Are we actually trying to find our friends or are we going back to town?
Well, we all know roughly how to get back to town. So hopefully they are all right, but I would like to get this book back to uh
Oh,
Hoffer. Hafer.
Harfur.
Harper. Yep.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, I suppose we could just trust that they'll meet us back in town or maybe go after them if they don't. Um, I'm not sure what to do about them, but I do agree we should finish our side quest
Yeah.
of sorts, side
I mean,
um goal.
we we got separated, so this seems the most reasonable thing. We all know where we were heading, or at least we. I hope we all know where we were heading. I was planning on taking this book back to Hoffer, um, although Hazard did mention returning the book back to. I'm looking for her name too. I
Riona.
don't know if I wrote
Rionan.
it down. Oh yeah, Rhiannon.
I think. Let me double check.
Rhiannon. It was
Rhiannon.
like the
Rhiannon. Yes,
Stevie
you're
Nicks,
right. You're right.
yeah,
Rhiannon.
Stevie Nicks song. So yeah, I know Hazard talked about returning it back to Rhiannon, but since Hopper said that she stole the book from him, we should return it to its rightful owner.
Yes, I do empathize with the young lady. She was very sad and she was crying
Yes, she was.
um about her lost well, she was crying about the lost book, right?
Hmm.
But wasn't she crying about something else? I forget. It's
She was crying
been
about
such a
losing the
whirlwind.
book. She was crying about the fact there were these sad poems that were so heart wrenching in the book.
Wasn't
Remember,
she like heartbroken
she went back
because
to her
of
house
somebody?
to get a handkerchief. She left the book on the rock. She went back to the house to get a handkerchief because she was crying because of the poetry. And when she came out, the zoogs said, "We're running away with it." And then when you met her and you mentioned it, she started crying all over again. She
I
apparently
thought she was
cries a
like
lot.
heartbroken because of a guy or something too.
Nope. It
No?
was
Okay.
this book had such stunningly sad poems. This one
Wow.
part that it just
What an
made her
emotional
cry.
woman.
She does seem very emotional.
Well, maybe we can go back and check in on her later, but I do kind of think that we should give the book back to Harfur, um,
I
first
I
at
agree.
least. So, okay. Is there anything else you want to do? Uh, I guess there's nothing really to do except get there, right?
Yes. Um, and
All
I'll
right.
I'll head into the stream a little bit, and then I'll hold out my hand or something. Like I'll help her cross the stream.
What does Miss Eldridge do?
Get
Okay, yeah. You cross the stream hand in hand. Um,
very cautiously and
Nothing attacks you.
uh looking around
Hmm.
to because of last time.
There's no crocodiles here. Um, you can each make another navigate check, and we'll see if you have an idea of which way up or downstream you need to go. Otherwise, you are unsure.
Yeah. Just through my head, I was thinking downstream, but 20 is a fail.
Okay, so whatever you think is what you think.
We're just trying to head west, right?
Well, yeah, we're trying to head back to the spot.
You
So
could do that too. You could go that direction in the hopes of hitting the edge of the marsh, and then, but you're still gonna have to decide which way to turn to try to
yeah,
find
say
that
like I
game
thought there
trail.
was only that one spot through the marsh where it
Hmm.
was like not deep. So I mean, that's where I want to try to get to.
Right. So, what do you want to do? It's up to you. You guys can go any direction you want.
And we don't see anything familiar
No,
besides the stream in general.
that is
Like
correct.
nothing stands out.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Is this a north-south type of decision or like
If you head
we
south, you're
don't?
heading downstream. If you head
Okay.
north, you're heading upstream. If you head west, you're heading away from the stream towards the west. You know that there's a marsh somewhere to your west. Um,
To our west or to our
Oh,
east?
to your west. West is the
west
way
because it's
back.
ahead of us.
Hmm.
That's the
You,
way we're
you,
going.
I guess,
What if
yeah, I guess the way you say west, I mean, I guess I keep on picturing it like west is back towards like the
Ulthar.
the Zoog encampment.
No,
So, but you're saying west
you
is,
guys
no,
yeah.
went
that's
east
east.
the entire time that you were chasing the zoogs until you reached their encampment, and then you headed back west towards Ulthar.
It's also because your camera when you say when
Am I
you're,
pointing the wrong? Am I reversed?
it's yeah, because
Yeah, it's mirror
that might
imaging me. I hate that. Sorry.
might be messing us up
I
too.
don't think you can do
But
anything
I think
about
I
that.
have a sense. So Fernando, what if we followed the stream uh
Damn it.
south? Do you think Ulthar is more south or more north? I know it's west, but
I think
do
it's
we think it's more
downstream.
Downstream is
But
down?
I
south.
couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you for sure. I don't know for sure, but I believe it's downstream.
That's my sense as well. So perhaps we could even avoid the marsh somewhat if we just followed the stream southwards for some ways at least. What do you think?
Um, Maybe. I just know there was that seemed like that one spot in the marsh we could walk through. The rest was too deep to even walk through.
Yes, I'm concerned about that on the whole. I didn't really enjoy going through that marsh and well, if we could avoid
No,
it, that would be nice, but I don't want to get
true.
lost.
Yeah, I think because we know what was going to happen to us, we can move more quickly through it and be out sooner. But I know it's a safe way through the marsh. Um,
Well,
Less chance
safe
of
is relative.
drowning or anything like that. And I want to keep
True.
this book dry as we can, as best we can.
Oh, yeah. That's true. Hmm. Well, I suppose I'll defer to you if you think you have a better sense of which way we should go, then I'll follow you.
Um, can I try to now? How many magic points would it cost me to try to dream up a compass?
Hmm.
Did
Hmm.
they exist in this time?
They didn't.
They
Couple
didn't.
Sure.
points. You could try to dream up a compass.
Because well, okay, because then like I need to change my character sheet because that was one thing I had on his character sheet was a compass. Um,
No, you don't have anything. Remember?
well, I know, but I'm saying he knows what a compass. Oh, I guess yeah. For this time period in the Dreamlands, they wouldn't have existed. Is that what you're saying?
Maybe.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. All right.
So yeah, they might not exist in this time period. So I might
Well, we just
not
have
even
to
worry about
follow the
that.
sun
You could
then,
still
really.
try. I'm not saying you can't try.
Natural compass. I mean,
That's
since we
true.
know
No,
what
my
about a
dreaming
sundial?
skill is
Like,
so low
well,
right
that's
now.
more time, I guess.
Just let me know what y'all want to do. I'm looking up
Yeah,
some things
I
here.
want to head. I want to head south downstream
Okay.
and see if we can find that spot where we went into the marsh at.
Okay. You head south. Um, spot hiddens from each of you.
Hmm.
Hmm. Methinks me
I
smell
got a
success.
regular
Oh yeah,
success.
Both of you got successes. Great.
I got a hard success.
Hard, so you hear it first. Splash, 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 babble, 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 splash, splash, splash. Um, coming from not far away, uh, Miss Eldridge hears it first. Fernando hears it slightly after that, and you spot a spot where there's a little splashing water that doesn't seem like it should be. There's also 4 logs in the river there.
And we do need to cross it
No, you
again.
already crossed.
No, we
You're
already
on
crossed.
you're on the west
Okay,
side.
perfect.
I'm giving Isabella a coin for that expression when she saw the crocodile.
I don't even know what I did.
You did not look
Terrified.
pleased. There, we just do those.
Um,
So there's another
okay,
coin.
I go like I tap Fernando. I go like this on his shoulder or whatever, and I'm like, Fernando, Fernando, and I stop him from walking. Um, if and
Yeah.
oh, do you see that? Do you see that? The water,
Yes,
the
that
splashing.
the spot looks familiar.
Yeah, it does look familiar. You look around a
Yes.
little bit more and you're like, yeah, yeah, I remember this spot. This is the spot. There's that glitter and that flower over there on the other side of the river. This is
Uh,
where you
do the
initially.
logs?
Go ahead.
I look closer at the logs. Do they look like? Because
Oh,
now
yeah.
I've seen them.
2 of them are crocodiles.
They look
Yeah, those are the
okay.
two. They're watching you hungrily,
Okay, yeah.
hoping you're going to come
I
into the water.
I take a bit of a step back
Okay.
and I look at Fernando and I say, let's not get too close.
Yes, I believe the marsh was this way, and I start heading in the direction I think the marsh is.
Yeah. You don't have
So,
to make a roll. You've been here before. Pretty soon you see the trees of the marsh ahead of you. Um, you started at noon. You weren't very far. You bore north for some reason. You weren't terribly far off, maybe a mile. Um,
We're going south downstream.
what?
We were going south downstream,
Right.
following the
right, but we had
south.
reached the
You
spot where we started heading into the marsh, or where we came from the marsh.
you were further
So,
north than you were and last time you came through here. Is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Got you.
So when you came back, you were a little off course and you had bore a little to the north. Now you know where you are. You
See.
think
Yeah.
you find the marsh. It's only a mile or so from the stream, um, and you spot the game trail that you followed this way. You've still seen no sign of zoogs. You've seen no sign of Hazard or Hutton, and you head into the marsh. Let me check. Let's see.
Question.
Uh huh.
Can we follow the glitter and feathers and whatnot
Uh,
that we
you
followed to
do
get here?
you do spot them every once in a while. The stuff that the
Okay.
zoogs dropped.
Yeah, I want to try to follow that again
Okay. Well,
because we know.
once you're in the marsh, there's like a path that leads through the marsh, and it's higher ground than all the
Awesome.
around, because somebody
Okay.
stepped into the mud. I think it was Hazard. And as you're passing through the marsh,
Actually, I want to suggest before we get to the marsh,
uh huh.
um, are you comfortable perhaps running through this section of marsh, provided we're able to stay on the path?
Oh, yes, if we can. Carefully, of
All right.
course.
Yes, carefully, but I
Good
want to move
idea.
very quickly through the marsh if we can. So,
Definitely. Let's do that.
Are you gonna
okay.
try to run through the whole marsh, or do you want to start running once you think you're in that danger
Well,
zone?
yeah, I'll say let's run through the danger zone. We don't
Okay.
have to run through the whole marsh, but yeah,
Yeah.
where
Okay.
we know
And as
it.
long as it's not too muddy, like so that we're not going to get stuck or trip or whatever,
No, no, no. You're
you
on this
know.
game trail. It's above like the muddy parts. If you go
Okay.
off of it, then you don't know what's going to happen or how deep the mud is.
I
Um,
just imagined it's all maybe sort of muddy in
no,
places.
not the. This
Okay.
path is actually high enough that it stays pretty dry. It's an obvious game trail. Each of you can make me another spot hidden. We're getting a lot of those tonight.
That's fine. I'm okay with spot hidden.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a
Ooh.
hard success.
Hard success.
Extreme?
Fernando,
Nope, hard.
you spot. There's been a lot of hanging moss, but you spot up ahead some familiar looking hanging moss, you think.
Is it like bright green and
It's
not dull
not.
green?
It's dull green like the rest.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. Yeah. Um, yeah, I definitely want to double time it through that
but
dull green stuff. I do not want to see it turn
so
bright green.
do you start running?
I definitely start double timing it. I want to make
Okay.
sure,
All right,
you
Josie,
know,
Isabella. With not a word to you, Fernando picks up the pace a lot.
Oh,
Like not sprinting, but he's like now jogging.
power walking.
A little more
Oh,
than power walking, I think.
yeah,
He
definitely a
wants.
jog.
He just starts moving. You're
oh.
like, okay. What do you want to do? Are you gonna try to keep up with him? Do you want to just
I
walk? What do you want to do?
I mean, yeah, I give a weird look at,
Yeah. What?
the back of his head, I guess.
Yes.
Oh, oh, okay.
I might
Yeah,
turn back for a
I
second
follow.
and be like the moths and like
Okay.
Oh,
First
try
off,
to
you
point
feel
it
a
out.
tingling. You each feel a
what?
tingling now in the back of your neck. I need you to each make a Constitution check. Yeah. It's like all the hairs are
Yeah.
sticking straight out, but like weird.
Um, yeah, I got a hard success at
Okay.
least.
Isabella?
Fail.
Okay, take a
Big
point,
fail.
1 point of damage. You suddenly feel pain surge through you as you're running. I need to I need each of you to make a dexterity check in order to run through this area without. Yeah, I know your dexes are like through the roof. Whatever.
Oh,
Isabella just gave me a look, like, oh, not a problem.
very good.
Yeah,
Hard
you both
success.
have really good decks. How'd you do,
Wow,
Fernando?
I forgot
Oh,
about
her
that.
dex is quite good as well.
Yes, you're
So
both the highest dexes in the group, so this shouldn't be a
okay,
problem. Did you make it?
I knew
Nice.
mine was. That's why Fernando suggested running through the marsh because I
Okay.
knew his dexterity was good.
Well, you know that Isabella's really fast too, because you were in a fight with her,
Yeah,
and she was
yeah,
quick on her feet. How'd you do? Did you make a
I
success,
totally
Fernando?
forgot that I had a good dex.
yeah. I succeeded.
Okay.
Rolled a regular success.
You guys basically just sprint. I'm assuming Isabella just starts running like crazy when this pain hits.
Yeah, especially
Um,
once she feels that on the back of her neck, she's like, "Oh shit."
does she scream and
That's
curse
not.
and run or something? What does she do? How does she react? That's going to get
She'll
Fernando to move
she'll
out of your
yell.
way. Okay. Yeah.
She'll probably just yelp,
Oh, okay,
and then
Fernando.
run.
Um, you hear a yell behind you, or is it a scream? And pounding
It's a yelp.
footsteps.
Oh,
I'm telling.
sorry,
Like
not
He
me.
doesn't
Okay.
see you. All he hears is a yelp,
flash,
which
flash,
maybe it
flash.
was a shriek, maybe it was a scream. Uh, he's
Yelp or shriek.
running. He doesn't want to hurt himself. So, do you pick up the pace too, Fernando? What happens?
Yeah, yeah. He'll pick up the pace.
Okay.
Like he'll start
I was
sprinting.
catching up to him.
Yeah, you were, because you started.
I'm not trying to necessarily go way faster than him or anything. Like I'm trying to run with him for the
Just give
most
him a
part.
shove. Just shove him off the path. Get out of your way. Um,
Whatever.
If
all
anything,
right.
I'd hold out a hand so we can run together if I need to.
No, it's not really wide enough for you to run side by side without somebody potentially
Oh,
having
okay.
a stumble. Anyway, you guys run through the area. As you glance back over your shoulder, you see one of the pieces of moss on the far side looks a lot healthier and greener, and like it's so happy now. Um, and how far do you want to run past where you think the moss is?
Yeah, I say. I mean, I want to make sure we're definitely out of the moss.
Okay, so
So
like maybe 100 yards.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah. You both finally slow down. You're not feeling the tingling in the back of your neck. You haven't felt it for a few moments. You look around. There is moss everywhere. I mean, it's like Spanish moss hanging all over the place. But you're not feeling
Right.
any kind of pain, just like last time you passed through, and you think you've made it through safely.
Whew.
Uh,
Yeah, I let out a
We catch
sigh
our
of
breath.
relief.
don't
Start
forget you can use your
walking.
dreaming ability to heal people.
Yeah.
So that's on the table. It costs 1d3 magic points if you wish to try, Isabella.
I tried, and even though it's kind of a good roll, 39.
2 points. It costs you 2 magic points to do that. As you slowed and you're walking, you're like, I want myself to feel better.
I'll try again.
Okay. Ooh, this time costs you 3. Do you make it?
That's weird. You just said 3 because I was about to say the same
Is that what
thing.
you rolled? Okay. It costs you 3 magic points. You rolled an O3. Put a check by it
2.
if there's not already a check by it. It gives
Didn't you
you.
say 2?
It was 2 the first time. It was 3 the second.
Oh,
It's a 1d3
Yeah,
okay.
to get.
1d3.
But that
Gotcha.
gives you a hit
Sorry.
point back, so
Um,
you feel much better.
okay. Nice.
And
Something.
you pass through the rest of the marsh. Um, it is late in the day. By the time you get, by the time you've passed through the marsh. You've continued on. It's late in the day. You see where the actual caravan trail meets up to you again, which is a wider. It's a road basically. And ahead of you, you see Rhiannon's house. And you know Ulthar's maybe a mile past that. You can see Ulthar in the distance, actually.
And we don't see
Um,
her. She's not outside.
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. Who's got low luck between you? Is it
I'm
Fernando?
pretty sure it's me.
Do you want to
I have
see her,
65.
or are you hoping
I
not to
do,
see her?
I do not
Yes,
want to see her.
well,
I wish to avoid her.
Okay, then,
So,
Fernando,
yeah.
I need a luck check from you. If you fail, she happens to be outside.
yeah, I rolled an 87,
There
which
she
is a
is,
fail.
sitting on a rock,
Okay, but we're not
dabbing at
too
her
close.
eyes. No, no, no. You saw her house
Once we
in
see
the
her
distance.
house,
Yeah, you could see her house. It was in
yeah.
the distance, but you do spot her. She's a ways away. Um,
Okay.
she's dabbing her eyes again. She does have another book of some kind in her lap. The sun is actually she's looking to the west towards Ulthar, where you can see the sun is setting behind the
Good.
town. You can see, so she's got kind of her back is she's not completely with her back to you, but like mostly back to you. She's
Yeah,
probably angled
I
this
got you.
way and
Yeah, good.
dabbing at her eyes, and then she'll do this as she watches this beautiful sunset. She's obviously a very emotional woman. Uh,
As soon as I see that, I'm gonna try and duck a little bit, try to hide behind something if there's
there's
something like
there's
a
high
tree
grass,
or
there's bushes.
whatever.
Yeah, yeah, you can find something to duck behind.
I try to do that,
So,
and
Fernando, you see Miss Eldridge ducks behind a tree.
I go,
Um,
Fernando, hide.
yeah,
It's
hey.
her.
Yeah, and I'll try to make myself concealed a bit as well.
Okay. Uh, what should we do? We gotta avoid her.
I agree. Is there a way we can like stay within like the edge of the like are we kind of in a wooded area
Yeah,
No.
or
tell us more. Is there
So
another
this is again. This is
road
like
or
this.
another path?
This is like plains. The
okay,
road that you were just about to join up with before you spotted her is a caravan road that goes right by her house.
okay.
Okay, and
It's
that's the
going to be
only
hard.
one.
Yeah, and you can see Ulthar. I mean, you're not going to get lost at this point. You can see the village. It's probably little more than a mile away. Um, the edge of it. You can see the lights coming. There's lights starting to come on in in some of the houses. The Dreamlands are more like a fantasy world than like medieval times. Um, Candles are cheap. People tend to be slightly more educated in the Dreamlands than in Dark Ages. So it's not like, oh, the sun's gone down. We're all going to bed. People might
Yeah,
stay up for later and talk and tell stories or whatever. Pet the
right.
cats.
I
Um,
do kind of want to try to I suggest that we try and stay hidden and maybe she'll go inside after a while.
Oh,
Just
yeah, we could just
yeah,
wait.
you can wait. Um,
yeah.
the sun sets in a blaze of red and purple. It's just beautiful. It's a beautiful sunset. Disappears behind. Let's see.
Ulthar.
Where are you guys?
I marvel at
Yeah,
it too.
it disappears behind Ulthar. You don't see any like mountains in the distance across the River Skye. Um, and she sits there for maybe 5 or 10 minutes after it's dark. And finally, she stands up and she kind of sighs. It looks like, and she makes kind of a dramatic move with her arm, and then she dabs her eyes again, and then she heads up. It's like 50 or 60 yards to her, or 30 or 40 yards to her house. She walks over to the house. You see her go inside. Well, let's see. Her house will be facing kind of south. So yeah, you see her go in the front door. After a few moments, you see a light is lit within, and then another, and then another, and it looks like she lights a lot, several candles or lanterns or something
Okay.
inside the house. And you can see light blazing from every window. Um, the tree is reflecting. The light is kind of coming out. Obviously, there's some kind of windows in
Oh,
the
damn.
roof, and so there's a tree growing out of the middle of this house. Remember, and you can see
Yeah.
the light reflecting off the leaves up above. It's actually very pretty, uh, but you don't see any sign of her after this. And you
Okay.
you stay maybe
All
10
right,
minutes
let's
after
go.
she goes in the house, and you're pretty certain it's dark enough now that if you're outside without a light and she's got the inside lit, she probably can't see you through the glass.
Yeah, I still want to try to avoid her, like stay away from the house, but
Yeah,
still
you can do.
travel down the road if that's possible.
You won't be
But
able to travel down the road away from her house, but you could just go south of the
okay,
road
but
and then come
gotcha.
back.
So
I mean,
we can
there's
stay
That's what I was gonna suggest.
off
yeah,
the road, but still see where we're going,
yeah.
essentially.
You can see her house. It's a huge landmark. You can see Ulthar. Oh, pardon me. Some
Yeah.
lights from Ulthar. Um, yeah, and you guys managed to get around her house without her seeing you. Um, oh, uh, make a spot hidden, each of you.
41 is a
Oh,
success.
How did Isabella do?
29
That's
is,
a
I believe.
success too. Am I wrong? You have a good spot hidden.
Yeah.
Okay, so successes.
Oh,
Remember,
wait.
check these off if they're not already checked. Um, yes, you actually go close to the rock she was sitting on before you like start to move away from the house because it's just gonna be easier. There's a book sitting out there on the rock. She obviously left her book behind again.
I take a peep.
Well,
Well, it's
okay,
dark.
she
You're not gonna be
noticed
able
it
to
was
read it.
coming.
Can I wait? Am I near it?
Yeah,
Can
you
I
guys
just
are
go up
walking.
and look?
You guys walk right by the rock. It's pretty dark. That's the only reason you both noticed it. You were gonna start to like
Okay.
veer away from the house and then kind of go around to the south side of the house once you hit the rock, because it's just a straight line to the rock and then around and then we're back on the road and we're going.
I want to pick it up.
Yeah, you can. It's a small.
But
It's just a regular sized book, but it's
is
really.
there a moon? Is there any moonlight or starlight?
Make me a luck check. There's plenty of starlight, but you cannot read a book by starlight, even the cover. I have
59.
no idea what
What
your
is
luck
this?
is.
Luck?
Yeah.
Oh wait, might be a, hang on. 65. Yeah, that's a success.
You can just make out some like there's a title on the front that's like embossed in gold, and it kind of sparkles in the moonlight and the starlight. And it is called oh shit the Book of Wonder.
Any subtitle?
No,
Um,
it's written in the
mm,
Dreamlands language that you really can't read, but you can understand somehow.
I am curious about this book. I don't know if I want to steal it. Hmm. Hey, Fernando, it says this is the Book of Wonder. What do you think that is?
Shh, she'll hear us. Shh.
Yeah,
I whisper.
yeah,
I'm
exactly.
whispering.
Is that what you do?
Yeah, yeah, like
What?
he totally like turns to her, puts his finger to his mouth, and like keeps creeping along.
Yeah, he doesn't. He keeps
Did I
looking at
take
the
it?
house. He keeps looking at the house. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Did I take it? It might be.
No,
We could
no,
return
it's
it,
not
right?
yours.
But
It's not yours. That's a good answer.
uh, can I just look at it for a second? I'm curious.
Giving you a coin, Fernando.
I know this is hard because Isabella is a very like morally good person. She doesn't steal things, but she is also an academic, you know?
She's a
So like
bibliophile, isn't she?
yes,
She's like
definitely.
addicted to
Perfect.
books.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Book of Wonder is
Yeah,
really
that's up to you.
intriguing.
What do
as
you
a
want to
title.
do? You take it or not? Fernando, do you keep going after she's talking to you and you shush her?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay. He keeps moving. He's trying to get around this house. He
Okay.
doesn't want her to like suddenly and inexplicably pop out the front door and lights just shines all around him. I think is what's going through his mind.
Right.
Um, okay, I open the book to the first page and I just
The
try to, if I can see
first
anything.
page is blank.
Okay, second
The
page.
second page says the Book of Wonder on it again. You can just make that
Okay,
out though,
third
but
page.
it's got an author. The third page is again blank, and then the fourth page is a table of contents, and it's got a
Okay.
lot of listings.
I skim it real quickly.
It has a lot of interesting names, not names. It has a lot of interesting titles. The Prince, the Prince of Uthnorgay, um, a young woman from Sindathria.
Okay, so I'm
The
gonna assume this is a
tree.
book of short stories.
Okay.
That's what I assume. Um,
You're having a lot of trouble making out what any of these words are just because it's so dark.
right. Yeah, but given that information,
The
I got a
thief
sense of what the book
of
actually is.
the
So
thief of
that's good to
Gailathleen.
know. That name sounds familiar.
Yes, it has been mentioned in passing to y'all before as a city near here. And then there's some others that are vague, but that's pretty much all you can make out. There's
Okay,
probably
it's
20
enough. That's fine.
entries. There's probably 20, maybe 20 listings with page numbers listed next to them.
Hmm. I think to myself, maybe wondering out loud, I wonder if Harfur would appreciate this book. He seems into this stuff. Um, I don't know. Should I take it or not? Should I roll for it?
No, you should make a decision on
Okay.
based on your character. I forgot to have you guys look at your traits and your what is it? Personalities, beliefs, ideology, beliefs. That see if that guides you. If it doesn't, just make a decision. Just make a choice, um, and then you can always justify almost any choice later. To be quite
So
honest.
the only thing on there that is at all relevant is believer in education and supporter of the arts. So,
You can justify anything.
I mean,
Somebody might
Yeah.
steal this
I
book
guess
if I don't take it. You know?
I'm gonna
I
take
will
it.
tell
Okay.
you. Say, I will tell you this: Fernando's not paying attention to what you do right now.
No,
He's just looking to get past this house.
he's
So,
probably a little ways
Okay.
so you can
away.
do
Just
whatever you want to
Whatever. I
do.
can catch up to
yeah,
him.
you can. He's just walking at a regular pace off the road, tripping once in a while because it's dark. But it's not bad trips. It's more
Whatever.
like, oh,
Fernando's
taking a bad step.
grateful.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah, I meant to do that.
Um, it, so part of me wants to try to do a dreaming thing to like make like a writing utensil.
Sure. Make a
Oh,
point. You want?
Do I have any magic points left
Yeah.
back yet?
Yes, you should have them all back. It's been
All back?
since
Okay.
noon
Great.
and it's dark now, like 7. You got at least 7 points back. Each of you does. You get
Perfect.
one magic point back
I
per
only
hour.
have seven
oh,
anyway.
Okay.
yeah.
So,
Okay.
Although
what do
I'm
you
gonna
want?
try it.
What kind of writing utensil do you want? Pen and
Uh,
ink. Well, it'd be quill and
even
ink.
a pencil,
A pencil. Yeah, you can make
something
a.
very simple.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, make me a roll. That's just a magic point.
Nope.
Yeah, you keep trying.
That's one.
Okay. You're
One,
concentrating.
right?
You're trying
Okay.
to see it in your hand. You're just trying to visualize it, and then
Yeah.
it should appear. Go ahead, make another roll.
Just
It's
a little
hard. It's
pencil.
so
Just
hard
something
somehow.
simple.
Why is it so hard?
Uh, 22.
Oh, that's still
I
pretty
think I have an
far.
11, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have an
Y'all
11.
are novice streamers, so you're not good at this yet, but you will get better. So keep that in mind. This will be the third one. Did you get it?
5.
All right, and then just appears in your hand with
Perfect.
no
Awesome.
fanfare or anything. There it is. Oh,
Okay. Hang on. Let me. Okay. All right.
it's just a
So
pencil.
with my pencil,
It looks like somebody sharpened it with
I
a knife.
will I will flip to the very back of the book and see if there's a blank page there.
Yeah, there's like a couple blank pages in the very
Okay.
back between before you get to the back cover.
Okay. Um, I rip off, even though this is really painful for her because she's an academic. This
Tear
it's
out a
painful.
page.
She's has the look of pain on her face as she's doing this.
Okay.
I rip off a corner or like a little square of
Okay. Yeah.
what that
Yeah.
page
Yeah.
on the very back,
Gotcha.
and then I write on it, Rhiannon, I'm sorry. I took your book. I promise I'll bring it back to you.
Okay, you're out of space. You said a
And then just
small
an I.
square, right? A small square. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then put an
I write
I.
I
Yeah, yeah,
write
yeah.
small and then just an I.
You think it's legible. It's really dark. Have you ever tried to
Yeah,
write under
it might
starlight?
not be
It's
legible.
really hard. But yeah, okay, you just leaving it there on the rock then? Is that the plan?
I find a little stone and put
Oh,
it on top
that is a great idea.
and
Yeah.
leave it on the rock.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
then I take the book and follow Fernando.
Yeah. You can catch up with him just by picking up the pace a little bit. In just a minute or two, and you guys can return to Ulthar just after dark. Here comes the cats. They're everywhere. Um,
I can't.
They're sleeping, they're playing. They seem more active at night, obviously, because cats are nocturnal and they love to just go crazy at night sometimes. And you can return back to the Lucid Water Inns. You can return to Harfur's house, somewhere else in Ulthar if you want to go there. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do?
I want to head
And
back to Hoffer's house
Offer.
it's it's what
or
time?
Hafer or what.
um,
Middle of the night?
it is probably like a half an hour, 45 minutes after dark. Because she hung
Oh,
out and
okay.
watched until it was almost until the sun was gone and the sky was purple, and then she went in and lit lights, and you guys waited a little while longer to make sure it was really dark, and then you snuck past. So it's not late. You're both pretty tired. You've been walking for 3 days, seems like, and you are hungry. You're very hungry. You only had one meal today. It was a big meal, but you're ready for food again.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Fernando appears to be heading for, you recognize the streets, he's heading for Harfur's house.
Okay.
What the hell is the map
Uh,
of Ulthar?
I sort of I don't know. I make a face like, I just wanna I just wanna chill, but I follow him.
Okay. Yeah, you don't have to. You don't have to always stay together all the time.
Well, I have something Harper might like as well,
You
so
reach Harfur's house.
get this done real
There
quick.
is light inside. You can see candlelight in there. Um, and you're there. You're at Harfur's house.
Is this good time for a pee break, or should I wait till after we talk to him?
Either
Um,
way.
Say if you gotta go, you gotta go. I got a mouth full of food right now. Sorry. So
Oh, well, that seems like a good time then. That's cool.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay,
say
I
I'll
will be
just end
back.
up knocking on the door at least. So,
I'm trying
but
to find
we
this
can wait.
map of Ulthar that I was using. Uh, there's Mr. Rascals, Dreamland Investigators. I invited Adam to come play since
Yep.
Matt didn't
This game.
run this past weekend, but
Oh yeah.
he was all wishy-washy about it, and he's obviously not here. So there it is. Not where it's supposed to be. On the very bottom of these maps. Oh no, my coins! I didn't know where Harfur lives on here, but
It was down the road from Aaron's house. That's all I remember.
just in town. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. And it's the Dreamlands. Things can change apparently in this Dreamland stuff. So who knows? I don't know
Mm-hmm.
how like how rigid the city layout is. Like, isn't that didn't we hear of something where that library could potentially move throughout the city?
Yeah, the Great Library of the Dreamlands is in a different place every day. You've
Yeah.
been told there
So
are not maps of Dreamlands because things change so quickly.
right, I remember that too.
So, mm,
Fernando's going to
blue.
stay a decade in Dreamlands to see how long it takes for things to change.
Ha!
Oh no.
Okay, 10 years later.
But it's only in Dreamland time,
Yeah,
so
it is. You wake up the next morning. That's
right.
what you've been told. Is it the truth? The old Outer Limits music.
I don't know if you know that one as much.
It's really creepy
Like
music. It's great. They started using it in the
okay,
second season for the outro, and it's just like, ugh.
say so far, all it sounds like to me is what you're doing is the start of Star Trek.
No, no, it's definitely
So
not that.
gotcha.
Um, it's a real creepy, lots of violins.
But it's not a what is that dulcimer? What the hell is that? Uh,
I know what you're talking about. The oh fuck, I can't remember the name of that thing.
I know I can't either.
Hold on,
I'm picturing it.
music for
Theremin,
theremin.
theremin.
Theremin. That's it. That's it. Good job. Your brain is young. Mine is old.
Wow.
Yeah. So you're in front of Harfur's house, and you're muted, Josie. Um, and Fernando, you knock. You said
Yeah, I'll knock on the
knock,
door.
knock, 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 knock. Um, it's only a few moments before the doors open, and Harfur's head pops out, and he sees both of you, and he recognizes you. Obviously, he's like, "Oh, you're back." He looks a little
Yes,
Hello.
I
perturbed. What
have
took you
something
so
that
long?
equally belongs to you, and I will pull out the book. May we come
Oh,
in?
come in, come in. Yes, he invites you in. He closes the door behind you. Thank you, thank you. He grabs the book from
This,
you,
this
or he's reaching
this
for
is
it.
the book you were looking for,
Let
correct?
me see it. Yes, yes, this is the one. This is the one I need. Oh, thank goodness. What took you so long?
Oh, it was
Apparently, the book was stolen by zoogs, and we had to follow the trail of zoogs um, down the caravan trail through a marsh, across the stream,
What would Zoogs
through
want with
a
this?
plain,
Zoogs can't
horrible
into
read
marsh.
a
Ugh.
or write.
um.
Well,
They
they
thought
were
it was a
trying
magic.
to.
I think they thought it was a magic spell book. They were trying to cast magic spells at us. It seemed. But they were reciting poetry or other
He starts looking through the
rhyming
book.
They
phrases.
Oh,
they
oh,
thought they were.
I hope they haven't damaged it. Oh, there's prints all over it. Oh, it's a mess. Everything's legible.
And
Everything's
glitter.
nice.
So much glitter.
There was glitter. Where did?
They're very colorful people?
No,
Maybe
Zoogs are
not
not.
people,
Zoogs. Where did they get glitter?
creatures then.
No, they're not colorful. He puts it
Well,
These
on his desk.
they like color
these
and glitter and
They
these were
such.
don't.
quite colorful.
That is
Um,
not a
Well,
typical
these
Zoog.
ones did.
Oh, very well, very
one
well.
even, one even spoke to us or to her.
Zoogs don't speak English, or they don't speak the tongue of
This one
Yes,
Dreamlands.
did. This
they
one did.
do.
I've never
I
heard of
This
think
that.
more
one
than one.
did. They did seem to have their own language as well.
Yes, we could understand them.
Because
They spoke our language
that's the
as
only
well.
language that Zoogs usually speak.
Well, you must do some more studying on zoogs because it seems you don't have all the information. No offense.
He just frowns at you from that. With that,
We're just telling you what we experienced.
very
This
well,
is
very
our
well.
first time meeting any zoogs,
He gets
so
a quill and he gets a bottle of ink and a piece of parchment and he says, "Now, what did you want? What were you needing? You needed me to give
We
you
need
information about something."
We need
Oh,
information on the
Dibs.
location of the wizard Wilkes.
Oh, yes. Oh, that's right.
hmm
That's right. He writes that down in script on a piece of parchment. And he said, well, give me about a week. I have to finish my paper first, and then uh, I will see what I can learn about the
Um,
Wizard Wilkes for you.
we were separated by from our other two friends. You may remember what they looked like.
Vaguely, yep.
Um, we're hoping they find their way back to Ulthar.
Hmm.
Um, they may happen upon your house at some point in time.
Oh,
If they do, let them know that we are back within the city and we'll be probably staying at the Lucid Waters and
oh, all
for a
right, very
while.
well.
yes.
He
Good idea.
jots that down on the same piece of parchment that he was writing on before.
Okay.
And he thanks you again.
And also, we met this woman, Rhiannon, and
Oh,
she did have your book before it was
I
stolen by
knew
the
it!
zoogs.
I knew she stole my book. Oh, she's so
Yes.
tall.
Well, she seemed to enjoy it quite a bit, although it did make her cry a lot.
Oh, that would be chapter 6. Yes, there are the broken heart poems of a broken heart. Here it is. Yes,
Yes.
it's quite
Yes,
touching.
she was very moved by it.
Ah,
I understand. And well, on our way back, I actually found on that same rock that the other book was. She sits on a rock to read, I suppose, sometimes. I don't know.
all right.
Anyway, I found another book that it seems she was reading. And I pull out the Book of Wonder.
Okay.
And I just wanted to see what you thought of this book, if you know of it, or if there's anything
Let's see. Let's see.
interesting we should know in there.
Oh, yes, yes. These are just myths and stories. Mostly made up. Nothing very extravagant. The writing is interesting,
Wait,
but not especially good. He hands it
you
Oh,
back
took
to you.
something that did not you took something that did not belong to you? And I kind of give a smirkish like and I but shake my head in a disapproving manner in a way.
Gotcha.
Um
so you're like
I'm being kind
teasing.
of
It looks like he's teasing.
a little bit, yeah, yeah. It's a little bit of a tease. He
She
really
looks
doesn't care
all
that you took it, but
ashamed.
he's gonna
You feel
pick
ashamed? Is that what
on
you
me
said?
about it.
Yeah, she's like frowning and like she feels bad. She downcast eyes and
Uh oh,
she's like,
Fernando.
I'm an academic. I couldn't resist. I struggled with it for a minute, but I was curious. What can I say?
Uh,
Like a cat. Maybe I belong
yes,
in
I
Ulthar.
understand. I understand. Sometimes our curiosity gets the better of us, and I just
I
leave it at
left
that.
Rhiannon a note though that I would return it. Um,
Wait,
so
what? Oh,
yes, I left her a note
if you take
on the rock.
if you take something, you shouldn't leave a note. Come on, you want to get away
Well,
with it, don't you?
I didn't want to worry her if she's so attached to books. I don't know. I care about her feelings even though I don't really know her.
Didn't you just reprimand her about taking the book?
Oh, I was merely giving her a good jest.
Oh, so you are a thief. He starts looking around at his
No,
books and looking at you very carefully.
not
I look at
anymore.
Fernando too.
Yeah, not
Not
anymore.
anymore. Well, it was. Thank you so much. And he goes to the door and he opens it for you. And he's
Oh,
watching you
okay.
very
So you
carefully
don't have
from
any interest
Fernando.
in this book then? Should I take it back to her or
Probably if it belongs to her, yes, you should.
okay. Okay. All right. Just thought I would ask.
Yes, it was very
All right.
nice.
Well,
Thank you. Goodbye.
okay.
He's
Thank you.
watching
We'll be
Fernando
back in a
like a
week.
hawk.
Wait, didn't you say something about a reward?
Yes, and you said you didn't want it.
Okay. Well, all right.
Did we?
Yes, Hazard did. Nobody said
Oh,
they wanted it. Hazard's like, you don't have
Yeah.
to do that.
I don't remember what
And
he
he was
even
like,
offered.
okay, I won't.
Well, he was like, "All right, well, I'll set it off to the side." Is kind of what it was. I
You don't
thought
you
is
don't
what he
see it
did.
now, but it's been 2 days.
Gotcha.
So
Okay. All right
Hmm.
then, and I'll go
All
on.
right,
Like
we'll
I'm
be
not going
back
to take
next
anything from it.
Tuesday or whatever.
Yes, yes. Give me a week. And he closes the door
Okay,
behind
thank
you
you.
after you leave.
Bye.
Goodbye, goodbye.
Okay, we head back to the Lucid
Yeah,
Waters
you get there without a problem.
to eat a lot of food
Yeah,
and
you are
pass out.
very hungry. Yeah.
Say maybe unless something like really good hits our noses before we get there. I mean, I would be willing to stop someplace different and eat
Oh, sure. That's
if
fine with
that's the
me.
case.
Yeah, if
But I
we
mean,
see something
it,
else interesting on the way, I'm down with it.
yeah,
Um,
that's all.
not
I like trying new things.
particularly. Not particularly from the
Okay.
path that you would be taking.
Okay. Well,
So you get reach
Isabella's hungry, so
the lucid waters. People there who know you are glad to see you. Um, is there anything particular you want to do, or do you just want to? Are you just going to spend the next week just with regular stuff about town?
I want to read the book I stole
Oh, oh, yeah, yeah.
before
You could
bed
do
or
that. Yeah,
whatever.
you could do that. It's stories, fanciful stories. Kind of in the manner of Lord Dunsany. As far as like just fantastic stories that
So
make
fantasy or whatever.
sense from the
Fairy
point of
tales.
view of the writer, but as somebody not from the Dreamlands, you're not sure what in them is true and what is just fanciful. Does that make
Hmm.
sense? It seems to relate to certain places. Um, make Go ahead and make me an intelligence check.
Places in the Dreamlands.
It references places in the Dreamlands. It says, I don't remember the titles I gave you, but some of them, the Princess of Sindathria or whatever, sounds like a place name. You know what I mean? And that kind of thing. Did you make your intelligence check?
I got a hard
You
success.
recognize
6.
certain names of places as places that you have heard about. Dilathleen. Um, I don't actually think you've heard a lot of other places than that. Um, Mount Lyrian is mentioned in one of the stories. That you recall was the mountain that you passed with Hutton pointed out like what looked like a city on the side of the mountain,
Um,
um, uh, um, and things like that. And there's a few places that are mentioned that you get the impression that the stories are based. Maybe they're true, maybe they're just fanciful stories. You can make me a dream lore. How about that?
Cool. I don't even know if I've rolled that really yet.
Is there a check next to it?
Oh, that's not good.
Okay, you're
Sure,
not
that's a
sure.
fail.
That's all the
78.
information you get. You recognize a few place names. Otherwise, you're not sure if these are fanciful stories or true stories, perhaps. You just don't know. You don't know enough
Oh,
about
I
the
have a 4
writer.
in Dreamland.
You have a four. Yeah, it might be a
Is
while
a
before it goes up.
78? That doesn't wouldn't be
That
a fumble or anything,
No,
right?
you have to roll above 95 before we even start considering fumbles.
Ah,
Okay, you got the book back to its rightful owner. You managed to trick the Zoogs into giving it up. I will give each of you a D6. Wait, let me make sure that I haven't written something else down here. Oh, I can't read my handwriting. Oh yeah, no. Give yourself a D3 and a D2 worth of sanity back. So roll a D6 divided by two, rounding up, and then roll any die and either high or low to give you 1 or 2 points. So you're going to get at least 2 points and at most five
say I
of
rolled a
sanity.
D6 and a D4, so
That's
I
fine.
rolled a 1 on my D6
Ah,
and a 4 on my D2.
a four on your D2.
uh,
Yep.
Yeah, so you get 3 points back.
Well, gotcha.
okay.
What'd you
I
roll,
rolled a
Josie?
1 on my D6, and
So
I'm just
that's
gonna
one.
roll a D6 again.
Okay, tell me what you roll. It'll be a low or high.
3.
A three is going to be another one. So you get
So,
2 points back of sanity. Also,
oh
you
wait,
can.
I didn't have my 2 points back or 2 points extra because my current is blank.
Yeah, you can go
Your
over your
current
max.
shouldn't be blank. Let's see. Hold on.
You
Oops.
can go over your max sanity or your starting sanity. I
Is
guess
that
there
the
is
one
a
I'm
max
changing?
sanity.
Because
Hold
I
on.
don't know
She
why
Yeah,
the
should.
yeah,
She
that's
current
what
shouldn't.
you're
is
adding
blank.
to.
She shouldn't have max sanity right now. Hold
Well,
on.
I don't have a max
Hang on.
sanity written down either, but I know there is a
No,
max
but
too. But
she lost sanity points in her first scenario that I ran for her. And
Yeah.
I
75 is
gotcha.
current. Um,
Oh no.
you were supposed
Fernando's
to figure that
above
out
his starting
because you were
sanity.
You
listening
know
to
what
Fernando
I
the
may
doesn't
have
do it
thing.
done?
quite well.
You know what I may have done
Huh.
is I probably just edited my sanity score, my overall.
Oh, you should have
I
started at
I bet you I
35.
did that.
Yeah. So you need to change your. Okay, so
So it's at 27 now.
it's it's at 27. Is that what you've got written down
Hmm.
there?
Yeah.
Okay, so put the 20 put 29 because you just got 2 points back, right? Put that in
Hmm.
current in the
Or
current
yeah.
sanity, and then change
Okay.
the other one to 35 because your power is 35, so
Okay.
that's where it would have started.
Gotcha. Thank you. Fixed.
Good. Also, check your skills. Any skills with checks. We will go ahead and you guys completed the
Level up.
scenario.
Ooh yeah.
So any skills with
Yay.
checks that you've got, you can level up, including dreaming.
Oh,
Um,
charm.
And what do we roll for that
you want to
again?
roll above it in this case. This is the
Yeah.
only time you want to roll high.
Oh, just
And if you
okay.
if you
Okay.
Fail your skill check. So whatever
yeah
your skill is, roll higher than that percentage.
yes, and then if you roll
Oh,
higher,
why the hell did I roll a D20 and a D10? At least I
I don't
rolled.
know. Just re-roll.
At least I rolled
Okay.
my tens one, so the tens one was still a success. Well, a fail, but I wanted to fail. So,
Yes.
And
and then
sorry, I forget.
10,
Go ahead, Ed.
21.
Go ahead. What are you saying? I'm
Um,
listening.
what do we if we succeed on the first roll, what do we roll after that
If you roll
to
higher than
determine
your
how much?
skill, then you roll
Yeah.
1d10.
Yeah,
1D.
1d10,
Yeah,
and add
that's
that
one
to
of those
your
percentile
percentage.
dice. Should look like
Yeah.
this. Look
Okay.
like that. Focus on that d10.
6.
My
Ooh,
dodge
So,
did.
yay. Grooming skill went up to 17.
oh, nice. That is
Fast talk.
significant.
Better. Low.
I know you
Fast
guys
talk.
used stealth. I know you guys all, everybody succeeded at spot hiddens quite a bit because we used a lot of
Yeah.
Got intimidate.
that.
Surprised I succeeded on intimidate at some. Okay, yeah. Nice. Success. Oh, that's a 0. So
That's
does
10
that mean I get
points.
10 points?
10 points to intimidate.
Yeah.
Miss Eldridge is going to be one of these women that just like slams people up against the wall and is like, swear to
It's
me.
only a 25, but
It's
I'm
now it
getting
Oh
there.
my
is.
gosh, I
But
just got my
soon.
stealth. Yeah, that's awesome. Love
You just
that.
got what, Aaron?
My stealth, I just succeed. Well, yeah, I failed my stealth, so
Good.
my stealth went up. I'm
Hooray.
happy.
Don't forget
One-
to remove the check marks once you've done them.
Yeah, yeah. As soon as
Oh,
I
oh
roll it, I
no.
end up.
I feel like Miss Eldridge just rolled like an 01 for something.
I rolled a 47 out of 49 for natural
Ah,
world.
Okay.
that's okay.
I
So
just
I,
rolled an 11. I just rolled an 11 for my dreaming, and my dreaming skill is 15. So,
Oh, that's a shame.
that
Yeah.
sucks. Boo.
do I have enough
All right.
coins to make
Persuade.
that higher?
No,
Can
we're
I
not
do
going to
that?
use coins on this.
All right.
I didn't think so. Oh shit.
I was just
My
asking.
persuade did.
Remember, the higher your skill is, the harder it is to go up. And that's kind of what the whole point of
Yep.
the
I
way
know.
that this
Yeah,
is,
I
which I
know. It's
like.
just like I was thinking, oh, my dreaming's a 15. I should be able to fail this roll easy. 11.
Never feel that way. I personally
It
love
happens.
how they do it in Call of Cthulhu. They've always done it from the beginning. Like, well, not from the beginning. In first edition, there was no leveling up at all. You made your character, that's who they were, until they
Boo.
went crazy or died.
Gotcha. Yeah,
And
I
that makes
I grew
sense.
up with leveling up in
Oh
RPGs,
no,
so like
I'm
I gotta
sorry.
have some kind of level up for me to want to stay interested. I want my character to get better at things.
You're not supposed to
My
live long
stealth
enough. Your stealth
my
didn't go up?
stealth did not go up.
I'm
It's
sorry.
still at 20.
Okay, well, that
I rolled
happens
a 6.
sometimes. Did you check everything? Did you got all your check marks?
I think so.
Okay, go ahead and
Yeah.
make sure you erase those check marks. Click on them again. Get rid of all the check marks.
We're good.
Okay. So a week passes. You spend a week in Ulthar, doing various things, getting to know the town a little bit, visiting other taverns, inns, that kind of stuff. Petting lots of cats. Um,
Well, I mean,
no, we're not breaking this
um,
down day by day because I'm really sick of doing that. So
no,
you
that's
could.
fine. That's fine. I mean, you said since there's only two of us, it might be kind of a short session. I mean, do we want to stop here and wait for see if people want to get back? I
No,
mean,
no. You
okay,
guys are here. You should be
all
rewarded
right,
for playing. So you're gonna get this information. I would suggest
okay,
one or both of you write it down so that then you can relay it to the others. For whatever reason, you do not see Hazard or Hutton in this week. They have not
yeah,
returned to Ulthar. You don't know what happened to them. Maybe they're dead.
I'm
okay,
concerned
Yeah, you
about that.
yeah,
yeah. We're Here's how these games are gonna go. When you're at a place and stuff happens and stuff, when you decide where you're going next, that's when the game session will stop for sure. Even if it's a short session. Because I haven't
okay,
planned really far ahead in this campaign because you guys get to decide exactly where you're going and how you're going to get there.
gotcha.
So I'm going to give you the information that Harfur's going to give you, what he has found out, and then
Okay,
you two can start thinking about how do you want to get there. And
Right.
okay,
then, depending on that, and if you decide on something, I want you to stand firm because that's the way we're going to go next time. And if Hazard and Hutton show up and they're like, I think we should go this way, you guys need to be like, no. Here's our reasons. And we're not going to go
okay,
that way. That's not a good idea. We talked to Harford and he said, do this or whatever. You can say whatever you want.
yeah,
But because then
So
I'm
we
going to
can't change our
plan,
mind once we make
no,
a
you
decision.
cannot change your mind between sessions. Especially
yeah,
not
Got it.
unless you want me to just make it up as we go. And if that happens, you guys are probably fucked because things
yeah,
get fucking weird when I start just going off the top of my head. If I have a little time to plan, you'll have a scenario that's a scenario. If I don't, Aaron
Failure.
can tell you
yeah.
shit gets fucking weird, man, real fast.
Is
Uh,
it more fun
it can
or
be, yeah.
just different?
It can also be much more dangerous.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
One of Adam's characters in D&D was being chased down by guys with crossbows. They got a crit hit on him. He was knocked down to like 1 hit point. So he ran into this random house and it's a mess. It's nasty in there. There's all kinds of garbage everywhere. And he's like, what is this place? And he goes in the next room and he hears an old woman from the bedroom and he goes in there and there's a lady sitting on the bed, but her guts are all open and just sprays. She goes, have you seen my husband? Like she doesn't even know that she should be dead. And I was just like, okay, this is what's happening. And they decided to go back and investigate it later, and I had actually by that time written it all up, and it was messed up because it had a good messed up
Sounds like
story.
you might thrive in that sort of condition,
I do,
actually.
but the player characters don't necessarily thrive, and it can be very dangerous because all of a sudden, oh my god, look, here's a bunch of ghasts. What the fuck are those things? I don't know, but you probably better run. Um, I've not let it hasn't really happened much in Call of Cthulhu, but it could be bad. It could be bad. So we could go that route, but if you pick a path, that's what I'm going to plan for. And if you decide to change at the last second, then all bets are off to whether anybody survives.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
all.
Noted.
I mean, I try not to kill off players. Well, no, I don't. I don't try not to kill off players. I don't
Yeah. So you
deliberately.
don't try to kill players,
Huh?
but if they make decisions where they end up dying, it's really every scenario I think that
Yeah.
I've been involved in, it was the player who got themselves killed and not you.
No, that's not true. When you guys went to the Tomb of Yog Sothoth, I don't think you played that one. I guess in the ones you played, Matt went
Yeah.
crazy and he got paralyzed with fear, and they used him as a human shield and shot around him until one of the monsters basically reached across the room, grabbed him, and then they ripped him to pieces. It was
Well,
totally not
so
Matt's fault. They should have
no,
gotten his
that's
ass out of
that's not
there.
Matt's fault, but that's still a player. That's still player's fault. That's
It
still not
was it
your
was
fault.
players' fault, but we're gonna
Yeah.
get to Harford. A week passes. If you guys in between sessions want to retro in some stuff that you did that week, you can. You don't have to. Um,
Yeah, I'm kind of laying low for this week, especially if we're going to still keep hanging out. Well, yeah, like we're expecting
like
our friends back. We told them we'd be back at the Lucid Waters, so
right,
I'm going to be staying at the Lucid
like
Waters. But I'm avoiding Amilda and Hagar as best as I can.
Hagar, yeah, okay. Are you still playing at the Lucid Waters during this week?
No, like I said, I'm gonna lay low a bit.
Okay.
Like so I don't want her to come around and
What about
Yeah,
Isabella?
good
Are you
call.
going to take Rhiannon's book back? You could probably
Uh,
finish it after a
if
few hours of reading. They're very short stories, like 5 pages each.
great, yeah. Once I finish it, I don't really have a reason to keep it, I don't think. So,
Okay.
yeah, I'll
Yeah,
take it back to
you
her.
take it back to her. She cries in delight. My book! Oh! She's obviously
And I
very
look
emotional.
really sad. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I know you just had another book stolen, but
Did you find it? Did you find the book of Ultharian poetry? Oh, it's so
oh,
beautiful. Oh, yes. What do you tell her?
oh shit.
Her snake is
I
staring
didn't
at you
I
like
didn't
it
think
can
about
read your
this.
mind. Wait, snake's eyes are like this, aren't
I'm
they?
gonna have to roll a deception or something, right? If
If
I
you want to
lie.
lie, you have to make
if,
a fast talk.
yeah, if you're gonna lie, you
Right.
have to roll a
I'll stop.
fast talk.
And James wasn't lying, Aaron, when he said he was going to give her the book. I asked him about that.
Okay,
So I don't know if
like
he was going
that's
to
fine.
somehow, I don't know what his plan was exactly.
That's
I kind
that's
of have an
why
idea of what it might have been. But
that's part of the reason why I'm glad I grabbed the book then and took off running with it. So
anyway, Miss
Uh,
Eldridge, so did you find the book? She's dabbing at her eyes with her green handkerchief. Her snake is staring you down.
evade,
yeah.
evade, evade.
Evade.
You're not
What's
there.
that?
I know.
Um,
Haley's Comet.
okay. I I I am gonna pause for a second after she asked that
Hmm.
to think because Isabella does need to think about that. Um, and then she says, um, well, unfortunately, we we went on this whole adventure, I guess you could call it, and followed the zoogs, and well, we did get the book back, but um, then we unfortunately kind of lost it again.
You
I'm
lost it.
sorry.
She cries. She weeps openly. It's such a beautiful book. It's so rare. Oh. She turns and runs back
Oh
into her
no, I'm
house.
so sorry.
She leaves the door wide open. You see, she flings herself down on a bunch of pillows and
Oh,
just
it's
weeps.
okay.
Just openly weeps.
Oh, well, have you ever been to the library? I'm sure you can find many other books there that you might love.
Oh no! The books in the library. You can't take them out. Oh, oh. It's
Well,
dusty. It's bad.
you
It's a
could.
terrible place.
A library is for borrowing books.
What?
That's what I
That's
know a library as.
madness. That's madness.
Oh,
You
I
can
don't
make me
know
a history roll, Miss Eldridge, if you wish,
for what.
for some information that I'll give you if you make the roll.
Okay. Oh, four.
Four.
That's
Put a check by
obviously
history.
extreme.
Libraries traditionally, before the 19th century, or no, yeah, before the 19th century, libraries traditionally did not lend books. You could go in and you could look
But
at
they were still
books,
called libraries?
yeah, but
Okay.
you could not take a book out. And only members who had paid membership fees, even now in 1877, a lot of libraries you have to pay a membership fee just to go in and use the books. You can't check them out. It's not real common in this. It's more common now than it used to be. It used to be not at all, especially in the 18th century or early 19th century. But they've only more recently started to lend library books, and there aren't a
Okay.
lot of, even in 1877, there aren't a lot of libraries that will just lend to anybody.
Okay. Okay. So maybe amending what I said before a little bit.
No, you
Um,
said it, but because some do lend books in from where you're from.
yeah, okay. All right. Um, well then I just say like, oh, well, I think, you know, a lot of libraries where I'm from do, well, some at least do let people check them out and take them home and bring
Where's
them back.
this? What
So
land?
maybe we should just
Tears flowing down her face.
maybe we could do something about that and try to institute a policy like that that might be better for all of the residents of Ulthar.
Is that what you want to do for the next week? Is try to get the librarians at the library to lend books? You can.
I don't
You
feel
can
like
do
that's
that.
a priority.
Well,
I feel like I could mention it in passing
okay.
to the
You go.
the dudes, the librarians.
Yeah, you can go mention in passing.
You
You
you should
sometime
do
over the
this.
next
It's
week
better.
you can find the library again, and they're like,
Yeah.
"What?" They look at you like a crazy person, and they no, 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 no. You can't lend
I try to
books
explain to them
cannot leave the library.
the process that I know
Right.
of how they go about this.
This is
I try
totally
to
new
explain how
to
it could work and how they could do it.
this is
And
totally new to two core. And he's like, no, 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 no. No, that's ridiculous. You can't let the books leave the library. They'll
well,
never be
people
brought
bring them
back.
back
No, they
though,
won't.
and
They never will.
you could charge fees if they don't bring them back. You could actually bring in some money
No,
to the
no, no, no,
library
no. The
for,
library needs no money. The library just is. That's
well,
ridiculous. He
you
just
never
can't
know if something
grasp.
breaks,
He can't
you could
grasp
fix
this
it.
concept. It just is beyond him. Um,
Okay, well, just an idea. Um,
humph
and then
is what he gives to your idea is a an arrogant.
okay,
So
Like
this is
I
trying to
accept that
explain the fourth dimension to someone that can only see in three dimensions.
yeah, kind of.
pretty
Uh,
much.
you're
Yeah.
talking to somebody from the 14th century mentally equivalent.
Well, as a woman from the 1870s, she's
Oh yeah.
used to being foofed at.
Say that again. You broke up.
So
She's used to being what?
she's used to being foofed at or whatever you said.
True. Yeah, from by men. Yes. It isn't
Yes.
uncommon
So
to be
she
overlooked.
just shrugs it off and moves on.
Okay. So you managed to deflect the whole "where's the book" pretty effectively, and then go on to try to
Hmm.
make better things happen in Ulthar. You must
Hmm.
console yourself with being able to pet so many cats constantly.
It helps.
Is there any? And then Fernando's kind of keeping a low profile over the next week. Uh,
Yeah.
what about what is your appearance, Fernando?
Yeah, maybe he's going to try to alter his appearance then too at
Well,
some
no.
point in time.
What is the number for your appearance?
Oh, for my appearance,
Yeah,
60
60. But
is
your
the
guy's got a
number.
high charm, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's above
Okay,
average.
so that's how he
Yeah,
flirts with
slightly.
people and causes the ladies to swoon and fall in love with him. So he's not
Yeah,
completely success. Make a charm check. If you fail it, you keep a super low profile. If you succeed,
98.
98. Holy crap.
Oh,
Okay, yeah. Fernando like disappears. You see him at meals, and that's about it. Women approach you over this week, Isabella, and they're like, "Have you seen Fernando?" They're looking for him. You haven't. You can honestly tell them, "I don't know where he is. He has just gone to ground, apparently."
yeah.
Where did you?
Haven't seen him.
Yeah, you see him at
Sorry.
meals most of the time. He shows up for a meal. He'll eat quickly, keeps his hat low on his head, and then he's gone. Where are you? Any place in particular, Fernando?
Um,
Like, do you find a dive that you can still play, but the people are they're all just a bunch of sailors or
Do you
something?
just
Or
hole up in your
do you
room,
hole up in your room? Yeah, you eat your meals,
no,
but otherwise you
no,
just
yeah,
camp in the
you made
woods?
a valid point. I don't know if
camp
he
in
would
the
want to
woods.
play for like sailors or something like that, but
Yar har
um,
fiddle dee dee.
yeah, because I don't see how he would relate or whatever, be able to sing songs or whatever. I guess he is used to swooning women.
They are your biggest fans,
Yeah.
and certain
Um,
men.
so yeah, he'll probably just stay holed up in his room then for the
Okay,
most part.
so you're just trying to lay low, just so you don't have any more altercations with people like Hagar.
Maybe I can bring him some
Yeah.
meals if I'll keep an eye out
No,
for
I'll still
him
come
for
down
the
and eat
people.
meals, but like I said, like Andy said, like he'll keep his hat down low or something.
Sit in the
I might,
corner, like a dark corner.
yeah, sit
Yeah.
off
But
to the
I'll
side
I'll let
somewhere.
Fernando know that I'll keep an eye out for these people that he's trying to hide from, and
Well, did
if
he
I see
does
them around, I'll let him know,
does he tell
and
Miss
so he
Eldridge
can
that he's
hide.
keeping a low profile, or does he just keep a low profile? How's that work out?
Say, I mean, at
Oh,
first he would probably try to keep a low profile, but I
Hmm.
mean, if she would ask him like, "Well, why do you want to sit over in the corner?" He'd be like, "Well,
Probably she
okay, I'm
does.
avoiding these people."
And she's probably like, "This
So
lady was asking about you today." With
that's
these,
what I was
yeah,
and then
thinking.
give you this
Once
really
somebody
good
asked me about him,
description of somebody that, because you're a writer. No, Isabel's an artist. She still gives you a really detailed description of this lady, right?
and a teacher.
And you recognize from the description who is asking about you. Um, at that point, do you tell her, I'm just going to stay in my room. I'm just going to lay low for a while. Or what do you tell her?
yeah, he'll tell her the truth. Like, yeah, I'll just stay holed up in my room. Um, we don't need to cause any more disruptions to this establishment.
Oh yes, that horrible man, Hagar. We don't want another incident like that, I suppose.
He does seem to be ill-tempered,
Certainly. All right, well,
or I,
I
I
will
don't
help
know if
you out.
hot. I don't know if hot-headed would be a term that they would
I
use
don't
for
either.
their time frame or not, but
I think so. Probably. I imagine.
I don't know.
I'm sure it was around before 1870.
But
Pretty
if it
reasonable.
was, that may be a term he would use. If not, like I said, yeah, ill-tempered or
Ill-tempered, yeah.
Earliest known use of the adjective hot tempered is in the late 1600s, so you are
okay.
correct.
So
That is a term that is around.
all
In the
right. So
writing
yeah,
of Richard.
I mean, it's really just obvious also when you get angry, sometimes your face gets hot. So,
I know it's weird though. Like language, even from like not that long ago, can be
It's a lot
what.
different.
And you posted something about swear words or something. I
Yeah,
thought at
people
one
didn't
point in
swear
time,
like
and
they
they're
do
like,
now.
yeah,
It's
they're
just,
like
it
the
was different.
cleanest swear
Hmm.
words you've ever heard of. Like that was considered
yeah.
a swear.
People didn't
Like
just say fucking shit and stuff like that. They would
Yeah.
actually, and
And like cursing God and stuff was a
mhm.
lot more uh big of a thing back in the day than it is now.
yeah.
Okay, so after about a week, a note arrives from Harfur, um, bidding you to come to his house, and he meets you with tea again and cookies, biscuits, whatever you want to call them. And he says he has done the research. He's finished his paper. He's ready to present it, but he's done the research, and he is he doesn't know where the Wizard Wilkes is now, but he thinks he knows where the Wizard Wilkes went from Ulthar when he
Okay.
appeared in Ulthar
Right?
a
That helps
long
a lot.
time ago. He says there is a city called Hlanith.
Can you spell
It is
that for
spelled
me?
Wait, what?
H
H?
L Anith. Hlanith.
Okay.
Um, he can tell you a little bit about the city as well. He says it is here in the west. Um, it's a great seaport at the mouth of the Ukrainos River. Um,
Hold on one second.
Ukrainos?
O U
Mouth
K
of.
O U
Say yeah.
K
Spell the river's name.
O U K
OUK.
Ranos, Ukrainos River. um, the with it has walls made of granite, with houses of fantastically peaked roofs. It's a seaport, on the river. Um, he says there are many ways to get there. He
Hmm.
says you could go. It is to the north. You could travel north through the Enchanted Forest, or by Mount Thuray into Okranos, which is also the name of a country. It's the name of a country and a river. You could travel
Wait,
that way
wait. Which way?
north.
Mountains?
Yes, by Mount Theranos. Sorry, no, Mount Thurai, or through the Enchanted Wood. Those are both north of here, but there are no roads that go that way. Hlanith is on the other side of Okranos, of the country and the river. You could travel on the caravan route south along the River Skye to Dilathlin and get a ship there that could take you to Hlanith. Although it is a dangerous city full of assassins and thieves.
Oh yeah, no.
Or
Um,
you could also
What city was that?
Dilathlin.
Die last.
You could
Thank you.
also take the caravan route east to Zakarian. This is my own city, the city of sages, and possibly get a ship there uh, to go north and then along the coast and take you to Lanith. So there are many routes that you could take.
okay. Um,
He guesses it
yes,
would
we
take
will.
um, a few weeks to go north. It would take a week. It's a week to Dilephaline on land, and then it would probably take several days after that by sea. Well, once you could get a ship, and then it's 2 weeks caravan route to um, Zakarian, but then a ship from there would only take a day or two.
So which one is
Okay.
the shortest?
The
Oh,
shortest would be through. It sounds like through diethylene, or yeah,
Dilathlene would probably be the shortest,
dilethylene.
but the most dangerous.
Yes, but the most dangerous. The next quickest route would just to be to travel north, sounding through the Enchanted Forest. But
Hmm.
we could
Hmm.
always try to find more information. In what did you say you were? What city you were from?
Zakarian.
Yeah, we
Oh,
could
he
travel
starts
to
waxing
Yeah.
Gary
poetic about Zakarian again, talking
and
about.
may, maybe
City of
find more
Sages.
research about Dreamlands and Dreamland magic and Dreamland lore.
Okay. Yeah. Now
Oh,
I
the
feel
beautiful
like,
Abalonian mother of pearl uh,
oh, that's
seaport, and he starts
lovely.
talking about it.
Oh, I'd love to see it. I'd love to, I would really love to acquire some art supplies. I am an artist. I would love to draw any beautiful things I see in this land
Oh, you
or
could
paint.
actually have done that in Ulthar
Okay.
if you wanted. I'll
Okay,
allow
great.
that for the last sometime over the
Thank you.
last week. You
Yeah.
found a place you could buy some. Uh, it's kind of heavy.
Like
Paint,
pastels.
It's hold on. What?
brushes. Can I find paint?
Don't know. Two of them are
I
in
don't
here.
know. I don't know if paint would be something in this time. Well, maybe, but
Yeah, there'd be paint.
would there be paint?
Yeah.
There are
Like I,
paintings. You've seen paintings.
Yeah.
You saw paintings in
okay.
the great library.
Oh
I
yeah.
just I assumed like medieval painters actually made their own paint essentially as they needed it.
Ah. She could
Part of me
buy
wants
some
to
art
say,
supplies. She's wanting to draw, so she already has a
I want
pencil.
to, yeah,
Look at this
pencils.
pencil. I
but I
made
mean,
it
Um,
I do
myself.
think there could be like I do think there could be like charcoal pastels. Um, that's not necessarily charcoal, but I mean, there's different colored like pastel pencils. It's like colored chalk.
yeah, yeah. I
You could
have all
find that
that.
stuff. Yeah,
I
it's fine.
I myself am an artist. I mean, I don't really do a lot,
Okay,
but I consider myself one.
Yeah, it's mostly on
Just
okay,
parchment though, as opposed to paper.
yeah.
I
But
was gonna
otherwise,
ask,
yeah,
what about canvas? Is that a
yeah. There's
thing
canvases.
here now?
Yes, definitely
Okay.
canvas.
If I can
But
acquire all of
canvas,
that stuff,
okay, that's gonna be a lot. You know what I mean? Canvases are gonna be bulky. and are going to be
Like
hard to
it's gonna be
transport.
like
There
a
couldn't be any small
bolt.
ones,
Yeah, you could get
like
some real
paper
small
size,
ones,
8
but
by
at the same
11.
time, yeah, but they're still bulkier than paper. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know.
And you don't have like
Um,
room in your, you can't fit them in your pocket.
yeah.
So if you
It'd
want
be
to,
cool to acquire like a bag of some sort.
yeah, you can get a bag. But what I'm saying is, do you
Okay.
want to carry all this bulky stuff around, or do you want to not carry quite as much bulk? Is all I'm saying. If you have five
Um,
canvases,
if I can, I would
they're
like to
gonna
get
even if
some.
they're like this, five canvases are still
Yeah,
like this thick each. So you're talking
I'll
about
get
like
two or
this big
three.
chunky box. Okay.
Can I get two or
Yeah.
three? Maybe
Yeah,
I
you
can
can.
paint something beautiful and trade it or something for something else, you know?
You can always dream up canvases too.
Oh,
Don't forget,
sure.
you
It's a
guys
good
have
point.
powers.
I'll maybe I'll buy two
You could
if I
Oh,
can
yeah, you
find
you
a
can.
could
bag with room for them.
yeah,
You can.
And then, yeah, I can dream some up later. But certainly paint
or you could
brushes,
even
charcoal if
dream
I
up an
can't. Well, charcoal
easel
I
and
can just get in a fire, right?
Yes.
yeah,
Yep.
And then pencils.
You already have a pencil.
yep. You
You already
dream
have
Oh,
a
I
one up.
still
pencil.
have
Don't
that.
forget. Yeah, I'm assuming you tucked it in your pocket. You didn't just drop it on the rock.
Sure, yeah.
You have a
I didn't
pencil,
think about
so
that.
yeah, you do have some stuff already. But yeah, you can get some
It's a
So yeah,
supplies.
shitty
let's
pencil though, so I would like to try to make it better, like a drawing pencil.
You're not going to be able to make anything fancy, 19th century fancy. You know what I mean? It's a pencil. It's wood wrapped around some kind of lead or charcoal that'll allow you to draw or sketch or write.
Okay,
You know, I mean,
okay,
um, yeah. And then if you use charcoal and stuff too, that's something you can also dream up
yeah,
or find or make. So yeah, you've got some art supplies. You can just put art supplies down.
awesome.
As long as it's not
Okay, yeah, I'll
crazy.
spend some time doing art too during
And
this week.
there are paintbrushes and that kind of stuff. If your character wants, you could get some of those because there is painting. So
Hmm.
what so the two of you discuss. Are you planning? Is the carrion like the way you want to go?
I I mean
I'm
since
leaning
we're the
towards it.
only two yeah, since we're the only two discussing it, I am considering other people in the party. I'm sure Hutton would like to go through Zakarian, unless we're in a real big hurry. But I mean,
Well,
it seems like we got all the time we need. So let's go to
Well,
Zakarian.
hmm my other thought is that because Zakarian is the city of the sages, um, we could meet some sages and get them to help us similarly to Harfur with research on
Yeah,
Wilkes.
no,
hmm
I agree. I agree.
Does
okay.
does
It
Harfur
may
say
it,
that he knows if Wilkes went to Zakarian or not? He did, right?
No, has no idea.
He has no
yeah,
He's
idea.
put
But I
together
thought we heard that from someone
rumors.
else.
He's found old books where people talked about the wizard Wilkes having come to Ulthar long ago. He has gotten. He tells you all this. He has gotten like word of mouth from people. Oh yes, my great great grandfather told me. Blah 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 blah. And
Interviews.
it yeah, and it basically said that after he left here, after being here for some time, the Wizard Wilkes left, and as far as anybody could tell, he was heading for Hlanith.
Okay. Yeah, I say we go to Zakarian. Why not? So, are we decided then?
So
Is
that
that
is the plan, at
what
least
we're
at this
doing?
juncture. Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
There are
yeah. That
caravans that go to Zakarian. You all learn after a short time of asking around, or you could just take to the
oh
road by
yeah.
yourself.
And if they say that, I'm totally for like traveling with a caravan,
Okay, yeah, you can.
like
You
get
don't
Yeah,
have to make
maybe a
that
little bit
decision
safer.
at this point. We're not going to have you
50 in
leaving Ulthar
numbers though.
yet, but
That's fine. That's fine.
yeah. So that's what you're hoping to do is go to Zakarian. All right, so that gives me something to work with. Um,
Yeah.
and then hopefully,
Honestly, I kind of wanted to anyway. Anytime you mentioned the City of Sages, I was like,
yeah,
ooh, let's go there.
you guys had said you had
So,
said you were interested, and I was like, okay, so that's a possibility, because I know kind
definitely.
of where Wilkes went and where he is now, and just vaguely I have that information.
Also,
Um,
Isabella has heard about Dilathleen a few times now, so she is somewhat interested in that as well. But like,
yeah,
she's more
you guys
interested
could
in the
go
City of
there.
Sages, I
Okay.
think.
Yeah, Dilathleen has kind of a bad reputation.
You
Um,
don't
Okay.
want Fernando to go to diethylene, or yeah,
Dilathleen, D-Y, lath,
diethylene.
dash lean.
Oh,
That's how
wow.
it's pronounced. D-Y, and then lath, L-A-T-H, one word, and then dash lean.
Oh,
Okay,
okay. These words
I got
are
it. So,
all
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
hard to spell, so.
Lovecraft just
oh
made
yeah,
them up.
and don't say don't leave me to try to spell something. The greatest
Ba.
invention that occurred for me was spell check. I can't spell anything.
I'm very good at spelling generally, but yeah,
I'm not.
the Lovecraft universe is sort of not
And
great for that.
okay, so that's where we're going to end. You guys
Okay.
successfully got the book back to
Okay.
Harfur. We'll leave it up to Hazard and Hutton. Well, probably Hutton. Like I said, James is probably not going to be playing for a few weeks,
Oh yeah.
for a while. So
Dang.
Yeah,
I can retro in with him if he wants to. I think honestly, and you guys can't use this information now, okay?
yeah.
I think he was going to read the book of poetry and then dream up a copy to give to Reunion.
Oh, gotcha.
That's just the
Okay.
impression that I got from James when I wrote. I said, "Were you lying?" He's like, "No, no, no. I intend to give her a copy of the book." And I was like,
Okay.
"Oh." So that's something that Hazard can do off camera, you know.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it would be mean he would be telling the truth, and he was that'd be a really nice little thing to do.
Yeah. Poor girl. I feel
oh,
bad for her.
She's so
um,
emotional. She's a very emotional person.
you know what? I think even after we find out this information, I mean, this is something I can think we could do unless you really want to stop right here. But I mean, it's not going to be us traveling or anything. Um, I just thought maybe we could. Well, no, my dreaming skill didn't go up, so I don't think I'm going to suggest that. I was
Okay.
thinking of helping the
Mine's
boy out,
a little
but
higher.
Oh, we could do that. Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, my dreaming skill is still like crappy. I don't.
Wait. We do have two of us still though, and mine did go up a bit.
We can retro this in if you guys wanted to do it sometime during the week.
I mean,
And then before,
Yeah,
if you want to, it's up to you. And remember,
I forgot
um,
actually.
let's
you do
see.
not. Don't tell me the percentage, but if you feel like you could potentially make the role, I would be down for doing that. But I mean,
Well, it's not about
personally, I would like.
percentages. What do you want to do?
I know. I just want.
But
I think
we have
I
a
would
whole
rather
week.
try to work.
I mean,
Remember, this is not simple stuff of healing. This is going to cost some
Yeah,
oh
magic
yeah.
points. It could injure
I'm just
you.
saying. Yeah, and we talked about like making sure we were skilled enough to where it would succeed. So
He ain't going to
that's
know
why
if you
I'm
fail.
saying.
He
Hmm.
Well,
can't see, he can't hear.
right. There was a
We
brief
were gonna
discussion
maybe heal
about
one
like
of his
should we
senses
make it
first.
like I mean, what if we make it worse? We were concerned about making it worse
You have
earlier
no
too. So
idea what the dreaming skill will do.
I mean, maybe if we
so I
fumble.
mean,
We can retro it in this week. We can wait till next game session. Hutton is has used his dreaming skill, so that skill's still going to go up. This
yeah.
scenario got completed. He's going to get some sanity, even though he didn't make it to this session.
I mean, say yeah,
So
if you want to put in role playing journals like we discussed it, but like ultimately like Fernando may bring it up, but then like oh, but yeah, I still feel like I wouldn't be able to help him out any.
that's fine.
So
We can wait. Just remember, once you leave Ulthar, if you're weeks and weeks away, then it becomes a non-issue for at least a while. You know what I mean?
right,
Like
right,
we just can't. We're just not there to do it.
right,
Hmm.
right.
Hmm. I
Unless
mean, I think it'd
Isabella's
be
going to
cool
go
to
rogue.
try, but also I don't want to make it worse.
Yeah, that's where I'm sitting. I mean,
Do or do
I know
not.
this.
There is no
I
try.
ca
I know
As a player, I kind
what
of
you're
feel like
saying.
it's not likely to make it worse, but as a character, Isabella doesn't know that.
No,
That's
that's
where I'm
fine.
at.
Okay, so is this then you're not
Right.
going to do it? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, we're undecided at this
I
point
guess.
in time.
Yeah. Okay. You can wait till next time. There are still
Yeah.
4 coins on the table.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, I still
They're
don't
What if
think.
we
gonna
could make
go
something to make
away.
his life easier in
I
some
know.
way?
I know. I know they're going to go away, but
I mean, you get more
I
coins
don't
next
know.
time, but I'm just saying
yeah.
I'm putting them away tonight. So
No, I understand. Like,
Damn.
I still don't think it's going to be worth it. So I don't think our successes are going to be that great yet. So we're still new to this Dreamlands.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. Yes. Holding. Um.
that is fine. Whatever you guys
Hmm.
want to do, and you can also decide to do it before you leave Ulthar next time if you want,
Yeah.
if you remember.
Well,
So make
I'm
sure you write
imagining
yourself a
we'll.
note. If you want
I
this
know.
to happen, jot something down.
Yeah.
I always
I need to
make
write
notes on
something down.
sticky pads and stick them on my character sheet.
Me too. Mine aren't sticky, but yeah. What's his
I
name?
know.
His name
I'm
is
totally
Zarin,
analog.
I
Oh yeah.
believe. There it is. Arynn.
Ah,
Aaron.
heck. The two R's. Um. Put a question mark by it.
Yeah, that is fine.
So the thought is that the party will probably come together, or at least we'll come together with Lauren
Hopefully, yeah.
next session. I mean, the characters don't know that necessarily, but
No, they don't know at all. They're hoping Lauren is going to show up.
Yeah.
Um, if he can play
so
next time, if he's got internet, if he can get his computer to work and everything. Um,
Well, yeah. He
so
said it was a
hopefully we'll meet
provider
up with
problem.
him.
So
hopefully, yeah.
yeah.
But
I'm
y'all don't
interested to
have.
see what happens with Hazard as well as a, sort of back burner if
In
he
game.
becomes like an NPC or whatever.
No, I don't run player characters as NPCs. That can
No?
be brutal.
Well,
Um,
not entirely. Um, if they go completely insane, you say that you might.
oh yeah, then they're mine. If you go completely,
Right.
if you have zero sanity, I own that character after that. He is mine. I might let you guys have some input on how they act, but in the long run, I get to make all the calls. But
Right.
for a regular character that's not crazy, I don't like running them as an NPC. It
And then my
makes
only
me
other thing
uncomfortable.
about that then is like aren't you essentially playing um well, it's Abbott Drake now and not Brother Drake, so maybe it's a new character per se. But
That's
I
a
know,
special circumstance.
yeah, and you do defer to Matt on how he would
Hmm.
react to certain things too. So I mean,
Yep.
it's not like you're totally playing him. So
Right. That yeah, that one's a little different.
I know,
So,
it's just a different circumstance, like you said.
but I don't want to run
It's not
Hazard
like,
without James around.
yeah,
Curious.
Temporarily.
well,
Either way, whatever
yeah.
happens, I'm interested to see
Hmm.
what you do with them.
And I mean, James can be random at times, it seems to me, which is fun and interesting. But I mean, only James, it seems like, can run James's characters. So
I totally get that. It's
I
hard
totally
to
get why.
turn a
Yeah,
PC into an
At least
for
he's not
sure.
a murderer. Dun dun dun. Tex, you
yeah.
monster.
Well, kid should have been talking back to a guy with a gun pointed at him. So Tex was smart enough not to do that.
All right. So we're gonna wrap up the stream and the recording. Anybody who did come by and watch, appreciate it. And this will be up on YouTube in a couple days. So thanks for watching, everybody. Bye. Bye.